What is going on, everybody? Today, it's like an MCoC holiday. I think it is an official holiday. I don't know. I don't know. We do have Campo MC and DLL himself on there, and we got so many people in the chat already. Maybe we can decide as we're waiting for the... And DLL, it was on your stream this morning. I realized I've been calling it the Bobble because I think that sounded good, and but it's actually the Bobble. Am I getting that correct?
Yep.
So I updated the title of the stream. I'm sure some people before were like, Bobble. I'm not going to that. But now that they know it's the Bobble, I'm sure everyone will be flowing in. So many people in the chat. Jason Russing, Tenno, Tony, Villars, what is up? Mike, Laser. You know what, buddy? You just say you're first, man. That's the way I'm learning more and more. That's the way life works. That's the way more and more. Like if you're just like, I'm the first one. Some people,
you're just like, I'm the first one. I'm so sorry.
No worries. No worries. I was like, I got a hype man. I love it. I've always wanted a hype man.
I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. But it's like, I think that's the way social media works, is you just say whatever the heck you want. Some people will know you're not making the most sense or being truthful. Other people will be like, I think he was first. I think he was. Let's do it. Yusafa, what's going on? Matt 2 Hill. And Trasis. DLL's here, so I knew I'd get that name right. Captain BT. You know what? Felganos, I gotta say hello to my buddy Felganos. What is up, dude? We were going over the early tier list the other day. It's a long story. I'll shorten this up, but it brought me back to, I mean, we're on our 31st edition. I think the 31st edition will be coming out tomorrow. And DLL and Campo, I'm sure you were part of this too, but do you remember we would spend hours, literally hours on even what's the best way to try to get information out to the majority of viewers? It wasn't even who should be ranked here. It was more, how should we even format this? It put a smile on my face. DLL Campo, I hope it did you too, and Felganos as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. It's a lot more, like a well-oiled machine now, I would say, right? It just kind of make tweaks here and there, but yeah, the format on it is looking great.
Well, it was Aiden Egatron, because he did this really nice write-up on Sauron. You're actually going to see Sauron get promoted tomorrow. The video should come out tomorrow. I do have to get back to work after the stream, so we'll see, but it should come out tomorrow, Sunday. Sauron's going to be promoted, and one of the things that it caused me to kind of have this really cool conversation in the Discord server was, the tier list probably isn't made for everyone who's playing tier 1, because they're probably going to know this information already. And so maybe it's for them for fun, to enjoy the conversation about who's, that kind of barroom conversation of who's the best point guard ever. But it's more for the rest of us. And I include myself in this tier of hey, I could really learn a lot. I've just pulled this champion. Where do I rank them? Or how excited should I be about it? And then I'll go do my research. And then we used kind of the emojis to help fill in those gaps. And so it was about, the information's the same, the idea is the same, but how do we package it in a way that we think is going to help the vast majority of people? Because the whole idea is to be helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kabad Zero, not for, you could just say you're first, dude. That's the world we live in, man. You're first. You're first. In my opinion, you are first. Laser, Mike, what's up? But you know what? You know me. I start off in one place and then I make a left turn and a U-turn and I can't remember where I'm going. Jessica Jones. This is really interesting. Do we think we're going to see Jessica Jones today? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think there may have actually been
something from the forums.
Yeah. What?
I think there's an FAQ that all but confirms that she is going to be a prize for doing all the buying.
I like how you started off making it sound like for getting the boss down, and then it was that's actually just for opening up your wallet.
Yeah, if you do all the unit bundles, it says. So I don't know how many limit that would be, but I think around, which one was it? Was it Cyber Weekend? Wasn't it around $800 total?
$785 was the price point for Weapon X.
Oh, okay.
So,
cool.
as someone who fully intends to get all of them, I'd prefer it if we don't actually mention the number amounts, because Let's just call it a bunch of Odins, right?
You just gotta click. You just click the screen a bunch. It's just like opening that crystal. Like you just keep clicking the screen, and then Jessica Jones appears. It's awesome.
It's pretty much how I do my war fights. I hit the left side of the screen and then the right side of the screen. But that's actually a great. It's actually a great segue into, guys. Check the pin comment. Rule number 1. Literally, do not spend money on this. One, if you know you shouldn't, or if like you just don't want to. Like, there's also that, right? There's the idea of like what you can do, what you should do, and actually what you want to do. Literally, I have no idea what's coming today, except I feel comfortable saying it's probably going to be some rank up resources. But if that doesn't sound fun to you, or if you feel like you probably shouldn't, then don't. Enjoy us. Where I think I'll probably be getting some stuff on stream. If there's things to open, I'll open it on stream today. But that's part of why we got DLL and Campo here too. We're all friends. Hopefully soon we're all in the same alliance. All playing tier 1 and all that stuff. And you're gonna probably see us all take a very different approach to this. And we're all gonna end up happy at the end of the day because we're playing the game the way we want to play it. So I just really want to make sure, rule number 1 on all of this, please let there be no fear of missing out. All of these things, I think, well, now that I know about Jessica Jones, but most of the most important things will eventually come your way regardless, just by virtue of playing the game. DLL and then Campo, did you have anything you guys wanted to add on to that? Because I know that's like the one, kind of serious thing that we all wanted to get out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the big thing. The comment I made in my stream earlier this morning was, yes, the game does need to make money to go on. The game does not need to make money from any one individual person. If this isn't working out for you, don't worry about it. Just let it pass by.
I think, go Campo, sorry. No, go for it.
Yeah, no, the thing, I'm excited that that so many people who did EOP already were able to get a rank 5 before these deals went live. I think that is a little bit of a shift in how things have been going over the past like couple of years. So it like I'm sure we're going to see, I'm guessing that we're going to maybe see some people coming out with a rank 5 or 2 after this weekend, but I think it's really cool that a lot of people were able to get it through content first. And I think that also promises that in the months coming up, we're already seeing that tier 6 class showing up everywhere, like in AQ rewards, in AW rewards. There's even that 25% that we got in the just for completing EQ this month. So, it's paradigm shift moving into the age of rank 5s, and they're coming whether you buy them today or not, I think.
Yeah. And you've also seen some people talk about like, oh, maybe I'll get a rank 5 from cyber or from spring cleaning. But the reason that I have a chance to is because I've been playing endgame war, because I'm counting resources I'm going to get from 8.2 because of AQ or EQ, like you mentioned. Like, it's not just the spending, it's the sum of a bunch of factors.
All right, hold on, guys. I'm going to go to the Be Right Back screen. I butchered this fight. I was so excited about the deals, and I want to reset my game. I think you're not going to lose our audio. If you do, we'll be right back. Can you guys talk? I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have. Can you guys even hear me? You guys?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're coming through to the stream. The stream. Can you guys let me know if you can hear myself and/or Campo and DLL?
And there's the hour. It's time to reboot the app.
Okay, you can hear us. Cool, because you guys can stare at this beautiful golden screen we've got there, square. Thank you, everyone, for who's here. We normally shout out everyone and respond to as many comments as we can. Today, we might not be able to, but thank you, everyone, for being here. Yusafa, I'm literally so many friends. Zach, Laser, you guys know I can't not say your names when I see you. It's just not possible for me. It's like potato chips. You can't stop eating.
Oh, wow. There it is. I just reloaded the game and it says get a 6-star Jessica Jones. I don't know. That just cracks me up. I love it.
Mm-hmm. That's wild because I really did not think we would be seeing her. Like, I was like, come on, guys. There's no... Get a 6-star Jessica Jones. Rare champion available. This is really cool.
Okay, so time for me to share my link now.
Okay, DLL, do you mind telling everyone kind of what you're sharing here?
Yeah, so I last night ahead of time. I'm going to really quickly go to the store and make sure that these things are accurate, but it looks like they are. But I built a spreadsheet to help you plan your purchases so that you don't accidentally, like, I don't know, spend too much or too little and end up with just a few baubles left over and then feel like maybe you have to spend another 20 or 30 for it to be worth it.
Yeah.
We're trying to avoid that.
Which is something that almost always happens to me in these events. So I even just know on a personal level, I appreciate this.
So the first thing I'm seeing is it looks like there's like a gifting crystal-esque thing on each unit bundle as well. So it looks like you get the baubles and there's like 8 gifting crystal type thingies in the Odin. That's interesting.
All right. So should we start? You guys want to start here? We'll review these offers and then we'll kind of go from there. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just writing down the number of baubles per thing so that when we go to the other screen, I can kind of have it in front of me.
You can also
these look like just
handy dandy spreadsheet.
Yeah, that would actually be helpful.
So everyone who's listening, and I know some people watch this on the playback, I will put the link to this spreadsheet that DLL has made. I will put it in the description of the stream, so that way folks who are, like I said, listening on playback or not able to click on the chat can utilize it. I know I will be utilizing it too if I don't get so excited and just leave myself in the same spot I usually do. And again, anyone who's tuning in now, make sure you check out rule number 1 in the pin chat. I'm not going to give the don't spend if you shouldn't or don't want to speech all the time, but I do know some folks are tuning in now, and I want to make sure everyone hears that. You'll eventually get there regardless. Okay, so there's all of these, the baubles. That's fun. Which is obviously the resource, and this is what Campo. Oh, this is what you're talking about, the gifting crystals. So there's some RNG to this.
Yeah, this looks like just like a little bit of a nice perk, like get a little bit of resources or 6 stones or a 6-star or something.
Scroll down in there. Can you? Yep, there it is.
What should we be seeing here, bud?
What's the last thing listed? It's a very low chance, not telling anyone to do it, but Jessica and Weapon X are in those as well.
Okay. Yeah, so it is basically like a gifting type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So just depending on how the stream goes, everyone who also potentially wanted to see an opening, I do fully intend to get all of these deals. That will obviously take a little while to load that all up, but I will open the crystals at the end, assuming everything's working fine. So anyone who wants to see that. All right, and then there's a 1-star Deadpool. Okay, and so this seems to just this is what you get as someone who does sometimes buy units. These are like some of the best type of holiday deals. I think a lot of us know this because you're already potentially buying these units anyway, and now you're getting a bunch of stuff for it. Do we have any information on how many baubles can be earned without spending any money? Do we know that? Because I know I've earned some.
I believe
that I think DLL has on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I put in what I think is supposed to be the maximum.
Okay.
Which is, I think, about 650,000.
And I'm not seeing objectives. So wait, is this a where do you earn them? That's my
there have
question.
been some in the battle pass as well, which does not count as free to play, obviously.
Yeah.
Has been some extra.
Okay, so
I'm gonna open Slack.
Yeah, if we could, because
I'm seeing not objectives currently, but maybe they'll show up later.
I know there was messaging saying that these would be coming. At least I feel like I saw that in game. I'm not the best reader, and I'm not the most diligent reader. Yeah, Judah, that's what we're trying to find out, because I do think that's great information to get out there as we kind of analyze this too. Because the part of this is just it is fun, it's exciting, but being helpful is also fun and exciting, and that's what we would want to do here is let people know. So right now the number Laser's saying 657, but I think that's from the sheet The DLL is created. The DLL is now going to try to maybe verify for us. Fel,
Yes.
oh, no, I'm not seeing objectives. I believe they're supposed to be there eventually, though.
Yeah, that could just be like a release thing, and it's on the way. Well, I guess we might as well get the elephant in the room out of the way, and I would suggest scrolling down to bundle 14.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do is to look at the purchase limits, right? If it's 101, I'm usually like, that's probably the one I'm getting.
Yeah.
Although bundle 5, holy cow. As you can tell.
Oh yeah, that's just efficient.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm also easily excited. We all know that. So there's the first 101. What is that?
A gem and a class nexus, I think.
That's pretty cool.
Not abyss, but straight up class, which is always decent.
My thumbnail was not lying. I was a little worried about that, putting the 7-star shards on there. So I'm I'm very relieved to see that.
And I'll save you the math.
Yeah.
If you buy all of bundle 10 and 11, that adds up to a single 7-star crystal. This is kind of what we were saying, is like when we put out 7-star shards, we're going to be scaling, like in rewards for things, we're going to be scaling around that 15,000 number.
I see.
Oh, I get you. I understand what you're saying. Okay. And then here's the
Well, that's
abyss next. So there's a. All right, let's get to the exciting one, then we'll do some analysis here. Oh, these are the big boys. What are these? They're both 1 of 1. Let's click on the really expensive one first.
Oh, okay. The solo objective is up.
Okay, good. It just took a second. That looks like a generic 4 to 5 gem, unless if I have gone colorblind in the last 5 minutes.
That's what that is.
Why? Like, I trust me. I mean, it's better, right? I've been playing the game long enough where we were all like, take the RNG out of this, and I was probably part of that crowd. Very like, but I don't want to have 3 science champions as my top. But there's also this element of like, now you're making me choose. Like, it's hard enough to pick between the champions in a specific class. Now I got to pick them across all the classes. Kabam! Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, I
We
just
need to
made a
make
video
next
this morning too about like per class which one I would do next, and now it's that all went out the window because it's like,
Yeah,
if I do get this, of course, but yeah.
and
We
then
need to make like Nexus gem or Nexus crystals for rank up gems, so that like some of the choice is taken out of you, but you don't get like backed into a wall by getting the one class you don't want.
That's true.
I mean,
But for now, yeah, we have
Yeah.
to pick.
being serious and not making fun of myself, generics obviously significantly better. So I appreciate that. But it's fun to make fun of myself. This 2000, okay, I think that's going to probably be great for a lot of players. I mean, Campo literally put out his video today on champions that he's considering taking to rank 5. And he had, there's a lot of great info in there, so I don't feel like I'm doing a huge spoiler here. But Spider-Man Supreme was his top Mystic choice. And so I see that sitting right there amongst other. I mean, Hulkling was my first rank 5 champion. Wrench was
I
obviously
mean, I've
phenomenal.
been searching for iDoom for a very long time as well, and he's in this.
And can you just select him?
It seems like it's just a pick the champion one. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Everyone, again, the idea is to be helpful. Keep this crystal in mind when you're tempted to go for cav crystals. like I said, I mean, have fun, but remember these things do eventually come along anyway. So if you're spending, keep in mind that this sort of thing may come in. So is that what you're going to get, Campo? If you get this one, or you think you're going to get this deal?
Well, this probably looks like the best deal for me. I don't know how much this costs though. I'm thinking I saw someone in chat say 200.
I think this is attainable with a good chunk of the free-to-play resources and $200.
Okay. So that might be too expensive for me, but if I were to get something, I think this clearly has the most value. For an account like mine where, yeah, I just think, because like it has a champ that I've been chasing, which will help me account-wise and prestige-wise as a 6-star, and then it gives me a free choice for a new rank 5 and then I can continue to build tier 6 of a different class so that my third rank 5 would come up like relatively soon in the future as well, you know? So not to mention that you can get units to buy the offer that you get at the end of 8.2, which has a full tier 6 in it. So this is a pretty heavy escalation of rewards, to be honest.
I also, just a kind of a slightly different viewpoint, and I know I'm going to get a bunch of Rotten Tomatoes thrown at me, but I actually really like deals like this, right? In that, I think, you know, I see Matt's joke there about me and Yusafa, and there's a large difference between myself and Yusafa, but I think as far as tiers go, maybe we're closer together. Is I know that I have all of these 2022 champions. I already have all of them, but that 4 to 5 gem, I wanted. And so I think it's really cool that someone like yourself, Campo, who I think obviously doesn't have all those 2020, like there's something in there that is meaningless to me, but it's really, really valuable to accounts like yourself too. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. I like the idea that deals aren't just tailored to like Yusafa. You know, sorry, Yusafa, I know you're out there, but and that there's in these deals, if you choose to get them, they allow players who have been more moderately spending along the way to get really cool stuff. I think I explained that well.
Yeah.
And now the other cool thing though is if you want to go the free to play route, it looks like bundle 13 is affordable, almost free to play, right? DLL, isn't that number?
Can you not? Did you say 14?
13.
Oh, yes.
Is that so? That all of the so this means if you just grind the event, then you can potentially get a past era selector, which I know a lot of people have a need for, like, you know, like I just picked up Nick Fury last year in one of these, right. And a full tier 6 is pretty insane, honestly, because that's worth 7,500 units currently in terms of the end of 8.2 deal. So actually this one is obviously a little bit of a compromise because you don't get like a free rank 4 to 5 of any class, but the fact that this is within the range of grindable baubles is actually a pretty big W, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, chat, if you guys can do me a favor, because I'm seeing the request to pin DLL sheet, and I do want that. I also don't want to lose rule number 1.
Yeah, your current pin 1 is really good.
I don't know what to do on this one.
You could copy rule 1 and then put the sheet on it, but
okay. But now you're getting me to try to do advanced technological stuff, which means this stream's about to die. I'm just gonna DL. If you could share your sheet again, and I think we'll just get that out. I think most folks know, you know, and we'll repeat it every once in a while.
Whoops. Oh, dang it. Well.
Oh, well.
Hold on. Let me now get the link again.
All right. So and this is Hercules. Like I see the photo of Hercules there, and he was 2021. So people could
they don't fit the same one.
We'll go out and get him. If anyone is free to play in the chat, and not like a pretend one where you're like, I'm free to play on Wednesdays. I never spend on Wednesdays. Like I want a real one. Or just maybe you're a moderate. You know, you're a more moderate. Does this deal like how do you feel about this deal?
Matt Suhill, who I know doesn't spend much, if at all, mentioned it's a big free to play win for this deal, which was kind of what I was getting at, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
So
Bundle 13 is going to make a really big difference for a lot of people.
That's cool.
Antrasis and Felganos. I mean, what are you all thinking? And Matt saying it's pretty good, right? Because you don't have to, but I try to keep all the stuff in mind, right? We still have like 8.2 and all the rewards for that. So between 8.2 and this, would folks get a rank 5, 6 star?
I think it requires a little bit of luck if you're not getting the 7,500 unit bundle. But if you grind out the units for the bundle, you grind out the baubles for this, and then you finish 8.2 and get the selectors in exploration rewards, you are guaranteed 3 of whatever class you want.
Oh, interesting though. Look,
So that's actually, I hadn't put that together, but yeah.
Yeah, you're saying kind of what Zero's. Sorry, I tuned out a little bit because I was reading. Are you saying essentially what Zero's saying too, or am I totally off? Did I just make up words?
Yeah, Zero's going elsewhere. Zero's pointing out that Bundle 7 has more Tier 6 class catalysts, but it's random. I was just saying that, like, technically without spending any money between this, the completion offer, and the exploration rewards, even outside of Eternity of Pain, you can pick 3 of whatever class you want.
I mean, that's a tough one, right? Because it's RNG, like what you're going to get, but it's guaranteed that it is Tier 6. So if it's more efficient per Bobble, and you're not, I think it's like, where does your motivation lie, right? Like if you're like, no, there's this one class, I want them now, as soon as possible, then the other deal makes sense. But if you're like, look, there's going to be 3 or 4, I'm not sure which classes, and I'm willing to wait. I mean, I don't want to put a time limit on because we don't know when more deals will come out, or events, or acts and things like that. But this would like kind of spread that out a little more too, right? Like it might be a more efficient path to 2. Then the downside is you have to wait longer, where the other one is a more efficient path to 1 with a quicker.
Yeah.
Actually, I think just looking at the Bauble prices,
Yeah.
you can't get all 8 of the 25%. And so it's barely more efficient. Like you would get, for the price of bundle 13, you're going to get like just over 5 of that other one, right?
Right. Because it's more or less 100K for bundle 7
Versus
so
500.
you can buy like 5.5 of the other one.
Right. And statistically speaking, you're probably going to get a quarter each of 5 different ones. So I think if you're trying to form, long-term bundle 7 is slightly more efficient. But the selector for me is worth more than a 25% premium personally.
Yeah, and you can see Zero. I'm pretty confident in that gentleman's math there too, with what DLL is saying. So everyone kind of keep an eye on that. Zach's making a great point, and just kind of reiterating this a little bit. This event's going to be available for is it a full week? Yeah, looks like it's going to be a bit. So you have time. You have time to think this through.
Store's here for 2 weeks. Good lord!
And we do have the sheet link that DLL has created to help you kind of analyze which deals. Let's go and quickly look at all of them. I know a lot of the folks in the chat have probably done it too, but I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of tier 3 and tier 6.
Yeah.
And
That's
someone was
10 of
asking
each.
about where do you grind. So I don't see daily objectives, but I do see an event in the solo events right now, and it looks like it's a 24-hour event. So it's like you have to keep on top of it every day and do the objectives, which are probably very little time. But then there's a chunk of the baubles.
You need to reboot Vega, but that is where it'll be.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to be right back for a second, just so we can kind of show everyone.
Looks like you get about like 40K baubles a day, and so that's where you got your number, DLL, of like it was like 600,000 or something.
Yeah, you also get
Grindable.
65,700 for logging in. There was a in-game message.
Okay. So and this daily event is for the entire 7 days, basically. Like it'll refresh every day because it has like a 24-hour limit currently.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
There's a really cool point there. I'm sorry, I've already lost who made it. That you don't have to like unlock stuff. I hadn't really, to use DLL's term, I hadn't clocked that myself yet. But I agree with that. Like you could just buy the top offer. You don't have to kind of ladder your way to it. I understand why that stuff's there, and that's fine. I honestly think sometimes I'm sure that's not the only purpose, but it kind of goes back to what I was saying about the the top offer. I don't remember what number it is right now. That it kind of makes the folks who have been, let's say, it investing all year long get something that they maybe otherwise wouldn't have, and I don't mind that. Like I know that no one. I'm not looking for anyone in the community to feel badly for those people or for myself, but I kind of like that there's a little penalty to it, so to speak. All right, so here it is. Complete a batter scar, daily solo objective, complete a mint condition. Oh, this makes a question earlier makes so much more sense. I saw this question, I was like, what is this person talking about? All right, and
gotcha. So you want to max out those, which give you gold pool, crystals, and ISO.
Yeah, there's some extra goodies in the rewards here.
Yeah.
Which, including units, which like 100 units a day. Is that right?
No, this can't be a day. This can't be a day, right?
Or no. Okay.
Like, or...
Yeah. Well, I'm confused. I'm a little confused about how this works because it says 24 hours.
How easily? Where do you see the battle scarment condition? Like, is it one I can complete very quickly?
Those are solo objectives. Like, if you close out of this and click down on the bottom right.
Okay. Not all. For some reason, I don't see them on mine, but
I don't want to overstate it and be like, "Wow, this is amazing!" But it does actually look like this is a daily event.
I think so.
So I think Campo was right that's you can get 100 units a day doing this. Where DL, where did you say I can find the?
So close out of this screen.
Yeah.
And then where the 2 is, yeah. So under week, it's where the 2 is. It's one of these. I think under weekly, maybe. No.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Why didn't yours? Okay, mine showed up. That's weird.
Mine did not.
That'd be really awkward if they're like, "Oh, it's only available to BAM employees." Sorry.
Okay, that must be something. That'll show up later. Practice fights are practice fights. We like intentionally leave those out of a lot of these things.
So have we analyzed? Like, do we know how many baubles we get through buying everything? Because it honestly, for everyone who hasn't
it's
done it
not
before,
enough to max the store.
It takes a very long time to purchase all of them. MCoC out. That's what we're trying to confirm, but I think so.
I believe so.
And for those who are listening, not watching, what we're saying is we think without spending any real life money, you can earn the resources to get bundle 13, which all of the like more broad conversation as far as like if that's good or not, whatever, that's pretty cool. Like, no matter how you slice, just if you just look at it from that angle, I think it is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I'm just checking various Discord things, and it looks like a lot of people don't have the solo objectives appearing yet. So I'm assuming if DLL does have them and other people don't, they're just kind of rolling out.
I saw Laser saying that they had them and then they went away. So I'm actually going to restart my game. There may be an issue with the rollout, but given that they showed up and there's an event for them, I'm sure that we should get 7 runs at that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
sounds good.
It's MCoC, and you get a herc, and you get a herc. Yeah, I mean, hercs are going to be flying around. Bro moment. Yeah, again, rule number 1 for this whole thing is, even if you can spend the money, if it doesn't sound fun to you, don't do it. Like, literally don't. DL has, I really going to borrow that. I like his saying, like, the game needs to make money. It doesn't mean it has to make money off of you. Make money off of other people. Play the game as for fun, right? That being said, if you're like, hey, I got $200, I really want to spend $200 on this game.
This is the time.
Yeah, like this is it. Like I think that's Bro Moment saying, like they're gonna get a Scorp.
And I feel like sometimes we run into the mentality, I do myself, of like, oh, well, I'll just save my units for July 4th because they'll be more valuable then. And I think there are times that that's true, but rank 5s and tier 6 are like so brand new that I feel like there's more value in picking stuff up now versus later if I were to choose. That's a little risky to say it that way, but like I feel like this is a major account acceleration possible if you do stuff today. Whereas like in July 4th and whatnot, I'm sure there will be, but like it could potentially be more like 7-star focused by then. So I don't know. It's definitely enticing. It's definitely enticing.
Yeah, it as someone who's done these sorts of things quite a bit, and all three of us have been playing this game for years, is keep in mind that these deals are also like a snapshot for the game's at now.
It's
like you often have heard me say multiple times, whaling is a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365 job, guys. Like you get yourself an acceleration today. What happens tomorrow? I don't know. So make just kind of keep that in mind that you're trying to have some fun. This should be a BREC back screen. It's obviously not. I'm gonna buy I'm gonna start. Is there anything else for us to analyze, or should we just kind of field questions and I'll start purchasing the deals?
There are a few deals that, like, depending on how hard you go, there are a few to talk about, probably. Okay. There's Bundle 10, we already talked about, like, has the 7-star shards, but that is also potentially 3 Abyss Nexuses.
3 Abyss Nexuses?
Yeah. I think that there is Relic stuff. Honestly, that is interesting to me because I do think 5-star relics are starting to matter. I think if you're spending Bundle 9 really sticks out because that's 2 generic 3 to 4 gems. 2 rank 4s is pretty good.
The servers are having a nice moment. Sorry I'm leaving you on the blank screen as much as I am. Sure. But I don't know why, but my unit purchases are going very fast right now, and I'm going to take advantage of that. That's not normally how this works. I'm very curious about the bundle stuff. Do you mind saying what's available? Or the Relic? Yeah. The Relic.
Oh, yeah. So there's only one Relic bundle. It's Bundle 12. It's relatively cheap. It's 87,000 for each of up to 4 bundles. If you buy all 4, you get a 5-star Relic and 4 tier 2 class alloy selectors. So there's still none of the, what are they called? The celestial alloys. So you can't get rank 3 or you can't get rank 4 5-star relics unless you've been grinding Battlegrounds. Which I say in that tone of voice because I have not been.
Yeah.
That's like Toffray and his people, right?
Exactly.
Because you it's not just grinding them, you also have to have excelled at them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like grinding the Glad circuit and getting to like, Celestial every season.
Exactly. But yeah, that's not bad because especially if you haven't been playing a lot of Battlegrounds, it's possible that this could be the first 5-star relic some people get if they put a little bit towards that.
They have been pretty cool. I want to look at it. I don't know if I'll be getting it because I think I'm stuck. I think I need those celestial alloys or what have you.
Yeah, I'm a lot more interested in the 5-star relic
Shards than I am the tier 2 alloys for that basic reason.
I need to get good, basically, I think is what the game is telling me.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some basic nexuses. There's that one class nexus. You already looked at Bundle 1, which has up to 10 of each of the rank 4 mats. That's pretty good. I saw somebody saying, like, look at Bundle 1 because it'll get you Paragon if you're Thronebreaker. It's important to note that the stores are different for different progression levels. So Paragon and Thronebreaker and Cavalier all have different bundles with different limits and different costs. The spreadsheet that I linked does have different tabs for them, but yeah, you have to keep that in mind.
So, sorry guys, I know I've asked this question multiple times. Have we confirmed the amount of baubles that a free-to-play player or anyone can earn without spending? If it's enough to get that one deal. I feel like that's been confirmed, but I've already forgotten.
So I just did a little quick math, and if you do the event that we were just talking about every day, so that's 7 days of that, and then you add the ones you got in your mail, I'm coming up with about like 341k total. So I wonder, is there more to get somewhere else, or is that from the platinum Gwenpool deal?
I am wondering if the number I saw was keeping in mind the battle pass, which would mean that you would need to spend $10.
$10, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I think the fully free to play is about 341k. I just did the math because it's about 40 a day times 7, and then we got like 67k in the mail.
So for some people who are like, I want to, like, let's just use Brian Grant. He's the most famous, I think, free-to-play player. So he's easy to use as the example. He would not be able to get this.
It doesn't look like it, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a feeling there might be a video on that.
The battle pass though is about as cheap as it gets.
Yeah.
In terms of like subscription stuff for some people.
Yeah,
that
if you
might
spend
be
anything.
Yeah.
If it's a $10 to get that bundle 13 that we were talking about, I mean, that's a pretty good deal.
So you'll end up a little short, but if you buy the battle pass, this is where like I think real world conflicts with stuff, right? Like, I don't want to turn this into the stream for that. Yeah, I don't want to turn this into the stream for that. I think if you're going to spend $10, is a great way to do it, and what have you. If you're not going to spend $10, that wasn't your idea, don't do it. Just don't. And then we can have the conversation another time about whether that's good, bad, or what have you. I think that has a lot more to do with the real world and the way our economies are structured and things like that. And that's a different conversation, I think. Sure. That's a great question too. MCoC out. If we buy the battle pass now, do we get the stuff we missed out from the Patent calendar?
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Yeah, that's like that's from a lot of games. That's pretty standard, like battle pass stuff. If you buy the upgrade now, then you'll get the lower track for everything you've unlocked thus far.
Okay.
And the other thing about that battle pass is there is a unit value associated with it because you get the fabulous platinum pool crystals. So, if you're someone who buys like the $5 unit deal or sigil, honestly, this is probably better if you wanted to like take the money that you would use for sigil next month and just buy the battle pass and budget it that way. That could be a good idea.
Makes sense.
For those of you who are following different things, like I saw Jessica Jones pop up here, and again, my monkey brain got very excited and I kind of blanked out on everything. Command Zero saying, I would assume not the solo event part though. So
but the solo event isn't linked to the battle pass, right?
Well, they're saying, so to get full value would need to get today.
Oh, are there more objectives that?
Let's take a second so I can move on. I got Jessica Jones. I'm very excited about this. All of my planning, and trust me, I literally the meme of like falling asleep next to my wife, and I'm like, so I'm gonna rank up Baron Zemo and then maybe Doom. But what if they give us? Jessica Jones has thrown a huge wrench into all of those plans. So I'm very excited about that. Now let's go ahead and look at the battle pass. So just for anyone else who I know I interpreted it wrong, I was incorrect. I thought they were talking about the sigil, and they were using the term battle pass for the sigil. That's not what you're actually talking about. You're talking about this, right, guys?
Yeah, the track thing. Okay, I see what is it Kabam Neuro? I see what he's saying. If you sorry to keep sidetracking.
No,
Thanks, chat. We're all figuring this out together, right?
Yeah, I think we should do this because
the reason he said you need to buy the battle pass today, which it doesn't matter if you haven't bought it until today, is actually if you go back to the events. So that's the other tab. Back there, if you click on the very first milestone, it's a selector. And if you preview that selector, there are extra baubles for platinum track. So that is how you get the extra stuff, basically, if that makes sense.
Okay, so yeah,
does that make sense? So the first milestone is there is like a platinum track selector in
So
it.
you do want to, if you're going to spend the $10, you do need to make that call today.
Look, I know that's for a lot of people. That's like, first of all, $10 is a lot of money. I don't care. You know, it's money.
It's a meal.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm not going to encourage anyone to do that if that's something you wanted to do. This sounds like the efficient way to do it. Yeah, I'm happy to take questions on it though, guys. Let's take a few minutes, make sure we're all saying the same thing, and we get the right advice out and right information out. So, Mr. Moore, what's up, Mr. Moore? It's been a bit. So I get punished for buying the platinum track early? No, I don't think so.
No, that's not what we're saying. Yeah.
No. Because I don't know. See, the terms on all this stuff. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, there's no downside for having bought it early. It's the same $10.
Yeah. And I think you've just been getting the rewards as you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you have it active for the next 7 days, that's how to max the event. So if you're not sure and you buy it on like day 5, then it won't be as valuable as if you bought it already or buy it today.
Athon, how do you do the dailies? Some people seem to have the objectives and others don't. So I imagine that's gonna be rolling out.
Mike confirmed they're working on making sure everyone sees them.
Yeah, so they're not showing up on mine either, but you know.
Are they just like
says $10 is a day's worth of time?
That's real world, man.
That's important stuff.
Yeah, that is.
Are the objectives, as far as we know, like beat one champion or like parry 20 times, or are they like?
It's exactly that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. So it's not going to be too difficult if you're just playing MCoC.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might need to go into the arena and think a little bit, but yeah.
What next? So I want to address this because we had an earlier pinned comment with rule number 1. I was kind of having some fun with like the Fight Club idea there. Is look, if you weren't planning on spending, if it's not a good idea for you, or if it doesn't sound fun, don't do it. Like literally don't. This is a game. It's intended to be fun. And my advice for as long as I've had this channel has been like find people who are playing the game the way the game. I usually speak a little bit better than that. Find people who are playing the game the way you want to play it and play along with them. And, you know, watching YouTube and all this stuff, like, you know, please don't let it create fear of missing out. Have it be like, hey, that's crazy that guy did that thing. And then you play the game how you want. And so, like, for me, it wasn't $7.85 for Jessica Jones. It was, I was going to probably buy all of these anyway, because that's how I enjoy playing this game. And I got a Jessica Jones on top of it. Because I don't think any single character, even Hercules, in the outside world is worth $800.
Big agree.
Yeah, Mr. Belding.
Sorry, go on.
Also, Mr. Belding, I want you to see the koozie. I think this is called koozies, right? I'm using.
Yes, sir.
This is Mr. Belding's band, the Dick Beldings. He sent me this, and I am using it today.
Love it.
Go ahead, Yell. I know I cut you off there.
Oh, I was just saying, I'll also point out, because of the solo objectives, you're probably going to have not many, but a couple free-to-play players getting Jessica out of those.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
You guys want to open up those crystals? I said I was going to do that, or do you want to kind of look at the efficient way to spend our bubble baubles?
Up to you.
I've purchased the pass, and I have not done any of the objectives or events that have come out today. And I just literally purchased every single, unit offer. You guys can see there. I know a lot of people like these emotes. I don't love them. So I didn't buy those. I bought the other ones with Captain America. I thought that was cool. That's a lot of units. So I now have units for 8.2 offer. I'm going to go ahead and get started on that probably today or tomorrow. So that's how many Baubles I have. Is 6,054,000. Sounds like a lot. I'm going to take that into my local grocery store. Like, how much can I get for...
I love that the cheap overflow item in the store is still 13,500.
Yeah. Okay, I know I'm buying this, so let's not be cute.
Yeah.
Let's not be cute.
That's the way to go. And that will leave you with like 4 million, but also knowing that if you max out the free event, you'll get another, 600-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this seems like a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, this is like the cornerstone of the day for me is this. And then I need to figure out who I'm going to use it on. I do think we'll use it today. I don't want to promise that. We will open the crystals, viewers. But I think I know who I'm going to use this on. I've been kind of thinking about it. Jessica Jones has thrown a big wrench into my plans, though. So we'll get that.
Nice. And then who are we thinking for the 2022? Do you need SIGs on anybody or?
This is what I was talking about. It's not a punishment for people who've been spending, but I think this is cool that this is like, I'm sure you saw if I saw him in there, this is completely wasted on him. And in many ways it is on me too. Like of the champions I want at SIG 200, I've got SIG 200. Geez. I mean,
if you have all the others, SIGs on Toad is pretty nice. Is your spot max?
I think I took Toad to SIG 200. I took him to R4 the other day.
How about Atuma, actually? Is your Atuma maxed?
He's SIG 200.
Nice.
Or like 180 or something like that.
Yeah.
You guys keep getting me excited about Spidey Supreme, so I guess we'll go him. Right?
He's fun.
Yeah, he definitely is a good SIG 200 champ.
Nero's excited about the SIG 200 Atuma.
Oh yeah, man, that was early. I pulled him really early, and I asked Mike, Karate Mike. I was like, he'll be good on defense, right? And we'll R4 SIG 200. He's like, yep. And then we placed him on Alliance War defense.
Oh, the 7-star shards updated.
Ooh, they updated. Yeah. What does that mean? What's that?
They're the purple color.
Oh, cool.
Where do you purchase the battle pass? The battle pass is in the unit store. It'll look similar to the boosters that we have available with that like comic book background. I believe it says Platinum Pass. It's been a while since I bought it. Also, Villaris was asking to look at Thronebreaker. There's no way for us to look at Thronebreaker. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't. I really enjoy relics. So if my relic situation was already as mature as it is, and what I mean by that is I already have a good amount of relics. I've ranked a lot of them up. I actually need the celestial alloys, I think they're called, right, JL? To rank them up more. I would actually really consider getting this. I think if you don't enjoy relics, then this probably isn't, the one for you. But I really do like them. They're very fun. And I do think I'm noticing a power increase in my champions. Definitely in Battlegrounds, being able to use the striker and things like that. So
yeah, the rank 3s are real.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many bubbles do I have? I still have 4 million. So I've got. This is what I always do. Remember I said I always end up making some mistakes. I get overexcited.
Pull up the spreadsheet.
I know, but this is fun. This is fun.
I even put a handy dandy tracker for items off to the side.
You know what's not fun is when you realize you made a massive mistake later. So let me pull this up.
So I'm assuming champ acquisition is not what you're going for, because like you don't want the Abyss Nexus, right? That's not going to be like, ooh, I can get this one champ, right?
It's literally it's literally meaningless to me.
Okay, so even though there's 7-star shards in bundle 10, probably not worth 10 or 11.
Yeah, who are you missing?
A bunch of champions that aren't in crystals yet.
Well, if there's one in particular that you're targeting, you could always get that class and then leave them. If they're literally meaningless, I think that's what I would do.
I didn't realize I didn't have Sauron. I probably should have picked Sauron.
That's interesting.
And for anyone who's been following my channel for a while, this is kind of evidence. When I told you I was going to stop with calves, you can see I stopped with calves.
I mean, tech and hold means Shocker, Viv, and future Ant-Man will be in that pool in like, what, 3 months or something?
Okay,
Something
so
like that.
tech's the way to go. Yeah, tech's the way to go because there's 3 of them.
If you wanted to do that and hold, yeah.
Thin Scepter, I appreciate the offer. I'll be honest, I tend to try not to talk about things I have no knowledge on. And that would be something I just don't know. I know people like that information, but for me to analyze it, I'd be really literally not literally, figuratively talking out of my butt. People are like, you're going to literally talk out of your butt? We are turning off the screen. Okay, so...
Please put the camera down, sir.
Yeah, like we did not tune in for that. Okay, so I think this one then to still get the tier 6 class catalyst. That's where it's at. So for everyone who hasn't watched my video on best champions to rank 5 6 stars, Jessica Jones is exciting, and that is throwing a wrench, but it kind of fits into my plans. Is I am going to get as much of these selectors in Mystic, Skill, and Science. Because I went and I looked at all of them, and I was like, these are the 3 classes where I have multiple champions, where I either would rank to the 7-star should I pull them, or I have multiple champions where I would be very excited to rank 5 to 6-star. So, yeah, I think I'm going to get this because, like I said, I have a lot of them. I think we'll go ahead and we'll get Mystic because I would love to rank to a 7-star America Chavez if I pull her. This feels like a good time to bring this up for everyone. This was Simula's Twitter. If you're not following Simula, if you're not subscribed to the guy, seriously, you're missing out on a lot of really great information. I highly suggest you do it. But here he is with the statistics on the resources to rank 5 a 6-star versus a 7-star. It's basically just one more each of each catalyst, right? But yeah, I'm going to load up on these Mystics. So, and we can bring that back up if anyone else needs it. But make sure you guys check out Simula.
Yeah. And I think the other obvious one for you is probably going to be to a bundle 9. Yeah.
That's
the rank 4s.
What year did Sauron come out?
This year.
Last year.
Or
2022.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah, I think you had the shot at getting him a few minutes ago.
This is the kind of mistake I always make.
It's all right. It's all right. I don't want to, if you don't want him, I don't want to curse you by saying you'll get him in the 7-star crystal, but he is a 7-star at least.
You know, Aiden's write up in the Discord server kind of got me excited about Sauron, to be honest.
There's a lot of cool stuff in the kit. He just is undertuned, but that can be fixed.
Yeah, it can. If only I knew someone who could do that sort of thing, who wielded that sort of power.
If only there was a balance designer in your chat right now who had even more power than me.
It's good to have powerful friends. Yeah. Yusafa, I will definitely not make any rank up decisions until after. Dude, I don't think I have the willpower to do it. I thought if I said it publicly twice in the video I put out yesterday, that would kind of like hold me to it. And I'm already like, I'm itching. I am really grateful for that 4-5 gem right now, because at least I'll be able to rank someone and satisfy that itch. The problem is if that then creates a bigger need. Shibby, your top prestige in SSX for at least 5 seconds. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done, dude.
Is B McG top prestige in 4 Loki at the moment?
He's got massive.
I saw
prestige.
some things. I saw some things happening over in B McG lands.
Actually, Mike might have moved even faster. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, this is kind of what you guys are saying. See, like the BIS Nexus selector is like,
yeah, and like for the vast majority of accounts, This
Yep.
is an amazing deal.
Yeah,
Target the
right.
6-star you need, start working on the
Yeah.
next rarity, but
Which I love. I mean, that's what I'm hoping to do for the next 3 years, 5 years playing this game is like stop with the Cavs, go big on these holidays, and they allow you to kind of like matriculate. DLL, is that the right word? Matriculate. That's wrong.
graduate.
Yeah. Graduate your account like that. So I think this one.
Now, bundle. I'm just gonna shout out bundle 1. If you're looking for rank 4 mats, and which also work for rank 5s, obviously, because you do need some of these things.
Right.
That seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it's
Half
pretty
of
darn
each
efficient.
catalyst. So like that seems like after you've gotten everything you want, if you use the rest of them on that, like you're probably going to need those eventually. And that's a free rank 4 gem there, which is also still of value. The Sig Stones seem a little light on that, but I guess a rank 4 gem is pretty valuable.
Bundle, what is it? Bundle 6 is where most of the Sig Stones are.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit.
I also think the three of us, as even though none of us are like, the top 100 in Battlegrounds, I think the fact that we all do our Battlegrounds, 6-star Sig Stones just don't hold quite the appeal that they once did, right? Not that
I
long
threw
ago.
179 Sigs into Nick the other day just because we changed defense and I'm placing mine now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And top Sig.
Yeah, I think anything that if you do Battlegrounds, anything that you can easily get over the course of a season in Battlegrounds, don't spend your baubles on. That's kind of my mantra for my personal story.
Never spend all your baubles, guys. Never.
I think that's a really strong guiding light, Campo.
So, yeah, you all aren't kidding. You can buy this 20 times?
That's a
you can
lot
get 10
of
each
cattle. And I mean, you do need those for ranking rank 5s too. Like you don't just take the tier 6 class and then magically get it. Like you need a solid amount of these rank 4 mats too.
Right.
Which is important to remember.
You could think of those 10 each as a rank 4 6-star and a rank 2 7-star.
That's true.
It's 3 plus 7.
And I'm answering this just because if you were asking, that means we haven't answered it in a bit. The solo objectives, it's rolling out. Some people already have them, some people don't. So just try to be patient on it. Like I currently don't have them. I think DLL does. Karate Mike is just crushing you soft on prestige over there in 4 Loki land. This is wild. This I think this is a topic for us to talk about. Are the floodgates open now on this? On at least rank 4 and 5 mats? Do we consider them open?
I think something has opened. If it's not the full floodgates, the dam's about to break. So it's something.
Yeah. There's
It
cracks.
kind of depends on how you measure it. Because reminder, this is a fairly big event. This is one of the big 4.
Yeah, that's true.
But there also there were 3 of each of these catalysts on path rewards in 8.2.
Yeah, I just actually picked those up. I've been doing the paths with the rank 4 mats on them, and I looked in my inventory and I have 6 of each catalyst. All of a sudden I'm like, where did those come from? And yeah, I agree.
Okay, hold on. A couple interesting things coming across. I feel like I'm a news correspondent right now. I'm coming across the wire. Zach, Karate Mike has a full profile of R5s? Zach likes to joke around. Is that...
Maybe he got a little bit lucky with the randoms.
I feel like we're breaking news. Karate Mike has a full profile.
Yeah, he does.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. 18.4K prestige.
I wonder. I in my head I know where he got 2 of them, but I didn't know there was a 3rd one available.
I think he had made enough progress on different classes that the random in the store today,
that's right,
combined with 8.2 in the selectors, got him there. Mike is low-key big whale. Not that low-key.
Would you say?
Mike
Mega
also
Red.
buys a lot of the daily deals.
Yeah.
He and I have joked about that before in the CCP, and there's a little bit in some of those.
Mm.
I wouldn't say he's
and that can help
low-key.
you target a certain class.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Dang.
Not even joking. Okay. Mr. Belding, my wallet opened. Yeah, you can say that. Isaac, how many can we earn without spending? Shoot, I forgot the exact number.
It was
I think we're at 341.
341. Yeah, 341. And then
I'm gonna go change the default in the spreadsheet.
Yeah. And I don't know for sure, but it's almost twice that. No, it's under 700 if you buy the platinum pass, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just under 700k. So for $10, you could essentially get bundle 13. That's kind of what we're saying. Like the path of least resistance for like a very moderate spender is the $10 and then get that deal.
Yeah. And if you if you're not going to spend it all, you can also get 3 of bundle 7 and get 15,000 6-star shards and 3 random 25% class catalyst crystals, which is, I think if I were not going to spend anything, that would probably be my choice out of this.
Yeah, that's the most rare thing to get for under 400k, basically.
Right,
Yeah.
and that might make the difference that could like put you over the line the next time you have access to a selector or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is where I'm going to go. I mean, tier 6 is where it's at, right? And you can get 8 of these, which is 2 tier 6.
Right.
Yeah, that seems worth it because at the very least, even if it's all random, you'll just sort of build up your stock on potentially every class, so that you have a better picture of the account moving forward.
All right, I like predicting things. I like reading the tea leaves. I will reserve the right to change my mind within the next 24 hours because I am excited. I enjoy playing this game. It's fun. The dam is open. The floodgates have been opened. They're the village living underneath the dam is scared because it's being washed away. Like, this is a lot. Like, this is. I think earlier in a Discord server today, I was literally asked if I was going to rank for Professor X, and I was like, he just keeps getting passed. He was potentially going to be one of my first ones ever, and now I'm looking at of course. Because not that it's meaningless, but I think at that tier or whatever, I hate making it sound like a hierarchy, but playing the game this way, I think the floodgates have opened. As they reach everyone else, takes time. But, I mean, like, July is only 4 months away, and the big picture of this game, that's not that much time. So I'll get these. Let's take this question from Fern. Better rank for option: Archangel, CGR, or A-bomb?
If you're talking about Immortal Abomination, he's my favorite of those 3, but there's no doubt that Archangel and CGR are incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, Archangel and CGR are great. If you use them all the time, sure, they get better at rank 4, but I-bomb is the one who feels like he changes the most.
So this is interesting, right? Just kind of seeing how much resources come to fill. And I always have to keep in mind what percentage of the community actually goes and buys all of these. I imagine it's an extremely small amount of the overall player base. So keeping that in mind, I'm now wondering about taking Archangel and Torch to rank 4. I literally made a video yesterday talking about,
Hey guys, I'm gonna run. I just realized I have a meeting. But yeah, thank you. This was fun.
Thanks for being here, buddy. Seriously, huge thank you. Thanks for that spreadsheet. It's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. Take care.
And I know there's a difference between saying rank 4 and rank 5. But I think I'm going to be looking to get my Archangel and my Human Torch up to rank 4 now, so they can kind of punch up a little bit. I also really enjoy Battlegrounds, so that's going to kind of be playing in 4 too.
Yeah. Well, you and I were just talking about it the other day, because like I have some rank 4 decisions to make before any of this craziness happens, and like I was like, my Nimrod and my Nick Fury are sitting at rank 3, and they're kind of in that same class of champions as like your CGRs and your Archangels, and now I'm like, yeah, they're going to need that to compete, I think.
Toxic Gamers kind of saying, I feel like I have absolutely zero regrets taking AA to rank 4. I want to take my choice. Yeah. I was very early on the AA to rank 3. It was an event like this. I took him up, used him a lot in war. Dot, thank you so much for being here, bud. Is bundle 13 possible free to play? I don't think it is. We thought early in the stream it was, but then as we started going through the math, it looks like no. It looks like you would need to get the battle pass for the Bobble event, which if you get today, so there's some limitations on it, you'd get it all. But I think if free to play is just the way you're doing it, Karan, that's a totally personal decision. Someone pointed out it's only $10, but we also pointed out like $10 is a lot of money. So, I think you got to play the game how you're enjoying it. Don't ever let pressure to spend be the reason you spend. Please don't ever do that. Nahoran, what's up, bud? Spent money to buy indecisiveness. That's where I feel like I'm headed. Especially with the Jessica Jones. I was not. Yeah. All right. You guys have heard that spiel from me. I think we opened some Campo. What have you decided you're doing? What are you?
I'm very on the fence. Like, I could see myself not spending anything, to be honest. Like, just how I play, and
yeah.
I get a lot of enjoyment on like just content and things like that, and Alliance War, and it's funny. I'm already thinking about how the next 2 wars to close out the season, how many more rank 5s are going to be on the map, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there's a scenario where I don't do anything. I think there's a scenario where I do $10, and I think there's a scenario where I may pick up like an Odin or something, and then just kind of factor that in because I have like an annual budget on the game, and like so I have to decide: am I going to do it now? Is it better to wait till July 4th? So yeah, I have a lot of thinking to do, but I am kind of excited that this stuff's available, and there are going to be some ways to improve the account. Yeah, but I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm a introvert and a very slow thinker. So fortunately, we have a week,
which I think is awesome, and I think that was one of the cool things about having all 3 of us on is how different we all are. We're all friends. It's my hope that in a few weeks we'll all be in the same alliance as if I'm able to rejoin SSX. All playing tier 1, and just 3, I think, very different approaches to the game. And I feel like all kind of playing the game how we want, and that makes us very happy and all able to play together. Campo also happens to be a phenomenal player. Anyone who hasn't seen his war videos or any of his videos, I highly suggest you check it out. Put out a very cool rank 5, like kind of very tailored to his account, but as Campo does, talks about a variety of champions. And one of the coolest things, man, from that, sorry guys, I know this is getting a little self-indulgent here, is when you pointed out that you were early on Valkyrie. I'll admit, I had forgotten that. And I think if we don't point those things out, we're like, hey, I said this months ago, no one else is going to do it. And so I thought that was really, really cool, man, to do that. And I hope whatever route you go, you end up with those skill cats to take her up, because I think you're going to do some awesome stuff with her.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, she's fantastic, and people know it now.
Yeah, they do. And if you're wondering, like, hey, Vega, I want to watch Campo, the link to his channel is in the description. Thanks for being our Interceptor. Appreciate it. And everyone else who I've missed. You guys know we usually interact a little bit more with the chat, but there's just a lot going on. Easy stuff. Hello, is there a way to build chips? So I'm seeing a lot of conflicting information on the free-to-play, how much free-to-play can earn. Like, I feel like some people are still saying that number we're saying is wrong. I'm very comfortable being wrong right now with the lower amount and finding out that there's more available to free to play. If I'm going to be wrong, I'd rather go wrong conservative.
I believe in the chat, Kabam Neuro said that Mike himself confirmed the 341 number.
Okay.
And when I crunched the math, which the math is doing that daily objectives event 7 days in a row, that's what I got, was that 341 number. And then the number for the battle pass is somewhere close to like 600 or something, but I didn't calculate that one yet. So I think if you only spend $10 on the battle pass, that is the route to get bundle 13.
Yeah.
If you're free to play, your budget has to be under 341.
And I hate throwing this responsibility on him, but I feel like he will, is Brian Grant. You know, I think he's going to let us know what's available, what's not, and how that comes across. And again, I don't think that's like, you guys get it, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's open some crystals.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What do we got? I like, again, Campo. So we're so different. I love how you said that you're a little bit introverted. Although I feel like when we're on call, I feel like maybe I pull it out of you or something there. But like, you're like, you take your time, and I have already forgotten what I've purchased. I'm like, all right.
Nice, love it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. I'm looking for.
Here's those gifting crystal thing. I know that's not what they're called, but I'm just gonna call them that. The one with the little ribbon on it.
What's this? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. I think let's open the. I'm very excited about my tier 6 because I will say, and this whole time in the back of my head, I am thinking about who I'm gonna rank 5 today, because I think I'm gonna rank 5 someone at the end of the stream regardless.
That's awesome. Yeah, knowing the full picture, that's one thing I don't think I'd let you get away with, like just making the decision before popping these. Like, yeah, let's see where these things end up. Let's see what the total stash looks like.
Thank you.
Love it.
Wow, could I have gotten luckier? I mean, that looks like a really nice spread. That's
nice.
Like the dream. I mean, I know sometimes people want a concentrated amount, but I could not have asked for this to go better. And I avoided Mutant, which is probably the champ I'd be the least excited about. The class.
That's great. Yeah, 3 forms and no Mutant. That seems like a huge W.
Dude, can you imagine like a year and a half ago us being like, oh God, no Mutant. Woo, you lucked out there. Like,
it's very bizarre.
Yeah,
there is a new feeling about the Mutant class for sure.
What's weird is you know, I do the tier list all the time. You help me out. It's always weird though to then go and be like, well, they're so powerful, but I think it's just they're not new and shiny. Yeah. I mean, guys, this is perfect. Science, mystic, and skill. That's what I want. Skill is lagging behind though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
science and mystic are close to like 2 each.
Okay.
Tech is 1.5.
Jelly, what's up, Jelly? How you doing, bud? Who we need to ask if you're going to join us? I want to join. The top options are Baron Zemo, Spot. I am pretty excited about Jessica Jones. No joke. Frequent commenter Joey has done some really cool with Jessica Jones, and then Campo. Actually, I enjoyed listening to that video a ton, man. While I was on my vacations, you know, I took a bunch of vacations lately, and you put out the how to fight her. And I loved how you were like, now let's start how to do it if you don't have a good option for her. I love that video.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how to fight her, and trust me, y'all, we're about to see a lot more Jessica Jones out there.
Yeah, she's going to be on the war map.
Yeah, you're going to want to watch that video. Okay. Karan, by the battle pass, we mean the platinum pool. Yeah, Karan, I had made this mistake earlier in the stream. I thought they were saying battle pass. I thought they meant sigil. No, they literally mean the battle pass. Let's look at it real quick, just for anyone who's tuned in recently. This. I believe you have to get it today.
Max it.
Yeah, to max it out. So
if you do it today, you get everything on the calendar up to today. Just like boom, that shows up. But then there's some extra baubles that are available in the daily events from having platinum track unlocked. So that's the reason why you want to do it today and not tomorrow, if you're going to do it.
You know what's weird, man, is I still have so many of these. I might just purchase the 2 of these just for just to get to rank 4, and then saving those catalysts for or rank.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
That's because I've maxed out all the other like tier 6 materials, right? Or rank tier 6 materials. And for
the
those
only thing
yeah,
that resource management, you may want to like keep some of them so that like if you're ranking someone and you're like, oh no, I'm short on this one thing, you can just like pick up that one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
not that you should be able to find it in Battlegrounds or something too, but it might be easier if you still have like a million to be like, oh, I'm just going to pick up this one catalyst that I'm missing or something.
Okay, here we go. Let's open these up. Hopefully there's a reel. If there's a reel, we'll check out a couple. Big picture, we are one of tier 6 class catalysts.
Yep, those are in there. Rank 4 mats are in there. 6 stones, and then of course Jessica Jones herself, and what's his name, Wolverine,
and Diaper Wolverine. Yeah. Okay. There's no reel.
Yeah.
There's no reel.
Feels like it's Christmas in July, right? Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
April.
We're used to saying July.
Yeah.
All right. Not bad. Okay. I thought there'd be more. All right, let's go and pop. I was waiting for the
Yeah, the 4th item is
yeah.
Okay, what is happening here?
The luck is not strong. It is not strong right now. Although, kind of to your point about, forgetting about some of the lower tier items. Okay, here we go. Let's pop another 10. Oh, I feel like the luck improved because we're going to need these.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind because I'm watching on YouTube, but yeah, I'm seeing that. No tier 3A though. Ooh, 5-star Thanos.
What is this? 6-star
Featured.
Oh wow.
That's wait, what the?
That's not
the old one.
Yeah.
Dude, did they reprint? These are literally the crystals from the banquet, and because that was the feature during that event, so they just literally reprinted these crystals. It's so weird. It's not even the current featured.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I mean, I don't want to call it lazy. It's just funny to me. Like, I'm glad they added them. It just gives you more stuff, but that's pretty funny.
They're just like our new skin. There's a new skin. Not even that, right? It's just like,
yeah.
I know what I'll notice. They didn't know that Campo would be on call because I would have just been like, "Oh, that's really weird. What's that?" But oh my god,
that's good. Well, I guess they added Jessica Jones was in that too, right? Yeah.
That's how people got her to begin with.
Right. Why not?
It is fitting for a Deadpool Gwenpool event, but it would have been even better if they had said, definitely not the gifting crystals from 2022. If there's any way you guys could change that, if any of the Kabam employees are still listening, you should put that in parentheses somewhere. We promise this is not the exact same crystal. Oh boy.
Oh good, Neuro is still here.
Oh man, I'm going to be laughing at this at like family dinner tonight, and my family's going to be like, "Why are you laughing?" I'll explain it, and they'll be like, "That's not funny at all."
They'll be like, "We have no idea what you're talking about." Like 90% of the time.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Oh, it's just dad being dad." All right.
I think we should open that actually, featured, because what if you get Sauron, right?
Oh, that would be like the perfect way to end this all.
Although he may not be in it, but still, that'd be funny.
Let's pretend he is.
Yeah.
Where do we think that crystal even is? And is it?
I don't know. Is it shard crystals? Maybe. That's the new featured. Where even is it?
Here it is. I got so excited when I saw it too. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the next featured." And then I saw like Wiccan. I was like, "Wiccan? That's not even this one. What is this?" Oh boy. Yeah, I don't see Sauron.
Oh well. Oh yeah, this one. I didn't have a good time with this one, I don't think. Although I did eventually get Valkyrie.
Wiccan.
There it is. The Groot would have definitely been a good end.
That would have been the perfect troll if it had been Groot. Just be like, okay, everybody, see you later. Have a great day out there. So that's it, right? Like,
yeah, I think. Did you get any selectors or anything? Or I guess you already. Those we would have already picked.
those 7-star shards, man. I gotta tell you, I'm really looking forward to the 7-star crystal. With America Chavez being in there, just put it over the top for me.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun day watching everyone's openings, seeing who they get.
And the featured crystal will turn over not far after that. Like, as much as I don't think it's nostalgia. I think it's more me. I'm better at the game now. I understand more what's going on and how to use the champions and stuff. It's kind of reminded me of when we had the time where 5 stars and 6 stars were both kind of in the meta together. This is different because the 7 stars have the combat power rate already kind of there. But I'm almost like I'm enjoying the whatever you want to call it. Like, do I rank up my 6-star or my 7-star? Where do I put my resources? Like, I feel like it's been a while since I've really gone through that, and I am looking forward to that. I actually genuinely am.
Well, when you started your tier list, the designation for top shelf or whatever the top one was always like, I just pulled 5-star Doom.
Yeah.
And max sigged him, and then I pulled the 6-star, and it burns for a minute, but then I'm like, oh, I've got 2 Dooms, and that's going to start happening again.
Yeah, and the game's bigger. There's so many more champions. Like War Machine. I know you've done it. You've taken War Machine up. You've used him a lot. You've done some great videos on him. He's someone I've never been that interested in. But now I'm like, you know what? If I pull War Machine, I think I might really invest in him. There's a couple of mutant champions, like Storm X is another one who I've just always passed up, but I know a lot of really smart players love her. Shuri, I'm very excited about Shuri. Neuro, America Chavez, dude, she's so good. And in the current Tier 1 war tactic, I do think it's allowing her to take some fights that she otherwise maybe wouldn't, but I think people are going to be really surprised at how hard she hits when she's not removing the buff. I mean, that's her role. Like, that's what she's supposed to do, is just punch the heck out of those champions. And so I think people are going to be really excited about that. And then Overseer, he's one of the best champions in the game, dude.
Oh, yeah. I've had this is my season of Overseer, too. I mean, the war videos that are about to come out, I took a ton of fights with him, too. Like, yeah, he's very good. He does need that awakening, I think, but even Sig 20 is fine. You've said that a lot.
No, I'm not getting the objectives yet. I think people are having them roll out though. Static, sassy with that health pool. Again, for those people who have been playing long enough, you remember what that initial 6-star pool was. Like, I remember, like, I got Luke Cage. All right, I'm in it. You know. I think Angela, I had pulled the pre-buff Angela, if I'm remembering this correctly. This 7-star pool is very, very different. Mr. Belding.
Green Goblin was like a good pull in that old crystal.
Yeah. And then you like were excited because you got him, and then you're like, well, now what do I do? Like, that's fun. They're sitting there. Mr. Belding, Herc or Hulkling? Well, dude, I mean, I might be the biggest Hulkling fan out there, and so I took Hulkling up to rank 5. I literally not regretted it. I really did stress over it. That's probably the last time I did the whole like the meme of you're falling asleep and or you take your kids to the park and they're like, "Daddy, Daddy," and you're like, "Sorry, honey, I'm thinking about whether I should take Hercules or Gallon up." And the second I did it, I have not regretted it once. Hulkling, I think Hulkling's like the perfect champion in MCoC. He does have weaknesses. You can play him simply and get tremendous benefit out of him. And then once you start diving into his kit a bit more, how to use like his ability power rate, kind of like when he's getting those buffs going, there's times where you do want to hit into the block and like, yeah, eventually you go unblockable, but if you play him a certain way, you can kind of pound on the block for a little while. He's a troublesome defender, so he's good in Battlegrounds, he's good in war. I love Hulkling, and I also like DLL's not here, right? So he's not listening. I totally abused my Hercules in EOP. Please don't tell DLL. And he did it all for me at rank 4, and he was great at it. So,
yeah, mine was rank 3 even.
Yeah,
but I finally gave him Sig Stones. He was sitting at Sig 20 because I was trying to not be a Hercules guy, but I was like, you know what, a job needs to get done here.
Yeah,
and that's why I gave him the Sig Stones.
Yeah, I mean, he's Herc talk. Yeah, I mean,
I will say though, the final 4 fights on the path, every path for EOP was really fun.
Yeah.
Like using the Spider-Verse champions and like that was fun, but like I just needed to get through those first ones and I didn't have counters.
They saw what's up. Sorry, I saw Caesar and I got excited.
That's our inside joke.
Yeah. Okay.
Shirtless man.
Well, I do. So again, I'd like to think I've gotten significantly better at this game since I started YouTube. And I did the early reviews on Herc, and I was like, this guy's amazing. I'm not totally sure how to explain how amazing he is. But I love that he's flexing those pecs, man. You got him, you use him. He's a hyper 4P champ. Yeah, I bet his stats are A-okay. Yeah, Mr. Belding, I mean, I hate to say this, man. I hate to say a statement like this, but I'm gonna do it, is the game's meant to be fun. The game is meant to be fun. So, however you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I caught myself having fun the other day, and I thought I was doing something wrong.
Yeah. You're like,
I mean,
but dude,
I wasn't angry. I thought I was supposed to be angry about something.
No. Here's the really wild thing about it. Apparently, anger not a necessary ingredient to enjoying yourself. People are like, "What are these guys talking about?" Laser, don't get us going. Don't tee me and Campo up. We will fall for that bait all the time. Zero. I took Herc into a quest playstyle. I know that didn't sound like English, but trust me, in my head it was. It made the quest designer sad. Anger is entirely unnecessary. I'm an OG Hulk nerd. What's up, dude? I know. I told I think it was the day Herc's buffs went live. Man, I'm having trouble speaking. I think it was that day or the day after. I was like, I just been playing Hulk nonstop. Hulk is another one of the 7 stars that if I pulled him, I would very much consider taking him to rank 2. The problem is he's in science, and I have so many 6 stars I want to rank 5. Nearwin, what's up, buddy? I'm home. I think I'm coming home. I don't know. I saw some stuff in the chat earlier that sounds like I might be coming back to SSX. That's obviously what I want to do.
That would be awesome.
All right. So I've been saying I wanted to rank 4 champion. Who were the ones I was considering?
So, I heard Zemo.
Yeah, but Mike did Zemo, and now I feel like it's not as cool.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing is that in 8.2 there are 4 25% selectors, 4 25% random, and then if you buy the deal, that's another 4 25% selectors. So you can essentially you can form two of your choice and then form bits and pieces of another one. So if you're going to use the 4 to 5 gem, it should be on one that you're like not going to choose in the selectors, basically, and then use the selectors to do your next one.
Based on your math here, bud, because I'm terrible at this stuff. Will there be like, let's say I took up a skill, because I'm currently the lowest on that of the science mystic skill. Those are the ones that I'm going in on here. If I use this generic on a skill champion, and then the selectors that are available in 8.2, and then that offer, because now I have the units for it, will I have enough tier 6 CC to potentially rank to a 7-star Chavez and rank 5 a science champion? I don't think I will.
I don't think so, because you get, like, imagine you get 2 selected ones. So if you went into Mystic, you could get 2 more Mystic Cats via selectors. So then you would be set there, but then your other classes wouldn't have enough, unless if you got really lucky with the random ones.
I mean, it looks like I don't have enough to. I'm really paying us. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm like suffering here, but I'd be paying a bit of a price for needing to get the 4 Mystic Cats, basically, huh? Instead of.
Yeah, like you could potentially, if one of your randoms is science, and then you picked a full science and a full mystic, then you could rank 5 a science and a mystic. But if you want to save mystic for Chavez, then that would just be like a holding mystic situation.
Yeah, I feel like you and B are B. I saw your account. It's funny, as I pulled up you and Mike because people were bringing it up in the chat, and then I was like, I mean, we did have over 300 people here at that time. It's like, oh, I don't want to ruin y'all's videos, but I feel like the videos will still be amazing anyway. But if I pull Chavez as a 7-star and I get her awakened and I don't have the world's first rank 2 7-star, I feel like I've let her down. And everyone who worked on her buff, because it is so good. I think Stink's got it right. Poor Vega. We should all gift him some tier 6. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Stink. Someone finally feels badly for me.
And wait, did you bought bundle 13, right? What did you select from that one?
I will say that's a part of that's going through my mind right now. It's like, how do people have full profiles of this? And they have full profiles. It's not that they have 5 of them. They have 4 of them, right?
4. Yeah, Mike has 4, and
okay.
Yeah, although like you said, we probably don't want to spoil it. People have 4.
I think, Mike's like 300 people. Vega, that's fine. I get that for when I tell people I'm going to put on my shoes live on YouTube. There's no more tier 6. I think for me, it would all come from 8.2.
Yeah.
Which would be, that, and then...
Yeah. So, it's 4 random, and then 4 selector, and then there's 4 more selectors for the units. And there's a little bit on the paths, but that it doesn't add up to be that. They're like little 5% crystals, so you could top off, potentially.
So to your point, though, is I could guarantee myself 2 more. So I could have the Mystics sitting there ready to go for Chavez if I should pull her, and then just kind of see what happens with the rest. I mean, Science is doing really well. I'm not that far away. And just kind of deal with it from there. And then if I don't pull Chavez, I could take up a Mystic, who I want to. I want to take up Kara. I want to take up Doom. I do actually want to take up Doom. So I think I have... I feel like, given where this is all understanding as I look at my tier 6 class catalysts, the champions I know I want to rank up, I feel like it's skill that I should use this generic on.
I think so. It looks like, well, Cosmic you don't want to touch. I don't think you want to touch Tech, right? Like that's kind of not one that you care about.
Yeah.
So Mutant and Skill are almost an entire catalyst behind Science and Mystic. So if you use the generic on Mutant or Skill, and in that case it would be Skill for you because I don't think you want a Mutant, then using the selectors and hopefully one random Science is all you need, then you can get Science and Mystic as well. So then that would be your 4 total.
Okay.
Cosmic, Science, Mystic, Skill, if you use the generic on Skill, I think.
No, I think that's all adding up, right, to my thinking too. So we've got it narrowed to Skill. And no 7 stars are going to show up anyway. My game will not. My screen won't move properly. I'll take the Simula. For anyone who hasn't, go follow Simula. Go subscribe to Simula. The guy's phenomenal. That's all that needs to be said there. I mean, Mike. I think following Mike's still pretty cool, right? Being second to Mike, it's the story of my life, and I was in 4 Loki. Like,
I'm sure. Well, first of all, you're not the. There's definitely rank 5 Zemos out in the universe.
Yeah, that's true.
But in terms of the YouTube community, I know what you mean.
Oh, no, but like seriously, like you know how 4 Loki does the PR, like the rankings of all the players and their stats.
Right.
Like I'd have an amazing war, and they'd give out awards or just kind of fun stuff for like a war, and I'd be like, I'm finally going to be the number 1. I'm finally going to do it. No, Mike took 10 fights, didn't die. Also soloed the boss.
Yeah.
And I shout out the MVPs for my Alliance every war in a war video. And I'd be like, I'm going to make the podium. I know I was MVP of my battle group. No, Mike made sure I was out. It was like a running joke because it always happened. So it almost just feels fitting because Kingpin, I would love to take up Kingpin.
Yeah, he would be a beast.
And then
Shang-Chi already fulfilled the role of like your first, so I don't think you're ready for that.
Yeah, no. He's not boring. It's just kind of like what you said with your APOC in your video today.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
Still amazing. I still love him. Just I've done a lot with Shang-Chi. I've had a lot of fun there. I don't think I'm good enough with Valkyrie to do that now. I think I need to learn to play her a lot more. I think it's Kingpin or Zemo. I don't have Kate, so I can't rank 5.
Yeah, Kate would be great, but so Zemo, how have you been attacking with him? And so, I mean, I know in Battlegrounds, like he's amazing too, right?
Yeah,
like, he's fast. Yeah,
he's a blast. He's an absolute blast. He also feels like I think there's a reason why a lot of us didn't quite see it with him so quickly. Is some of it I think it's just where the game's at, right? Like all these science like Jessica Jones, just like all these debuffs going on you and things like that, and then like his decelerate. Like I've noticed in a lot of Mike videos and in DLL videos lately, they're really trying to remind people of how decelerate works. Like that it's a flat decrease. Like I've heard them both say that so many times, which is good. I'm glad they're getting the word out. And so I feel like Zemo's one of those champions where he just seems so well suited for where the game currently is. Plus, he has an ability that I love. I understand why it's not in a ton of kits, but I love it. Is if the champion is immune to his damage source, this other thing that maybe isn't quite as powerful as his damage source happens, right? So if a champion's immune to bleed and Zemo hits them, he gets this massive fury only for the next hit. So he's not like overpowered. He's not solving all the problems, but you can take him into fights against a bleed immune champion and still get some reasonable damage out of him. And then Mike does a phenomenal job in his videos and just in stuff he's sent me of bringing along the synergy with Phoenix, which means that Zemo's then trying to apply an incinerate with his, I think, his 2 medium hits. And so he's like using it to take out like Penny Parker's, or she's immune to incinerate. Anyways, champions who are immune to incinerate, and then getting that, or also like the nodes that require you to place the incinerate or to place a debuff to get power. He's just really cool. His team's cool. He synergizes so well with Immortal Abomination and Toad. I think I'm talking myself into Zemo here.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely go with Mantis. No, just kidding. Yeah, no, dude, that spiel was right on. And like, you obviously already know him in a way that I don't. I think you just sold yourself and me on it. I think we're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that you know what it's like, right? I mean, Super Sam, I don't know if Super Sam's playing the game anymore, but he took Kingpin up early, and then it was like, hey, it's a new war. I'm excited. Sam, you're on lane 9. Oh, Sam, you're on lane 9.
Yeah.
Sam, you're on lane 9. And I just don't want that in my life. So, sorry.
Especially with the whitelist season coming up.
Yeah. So, Zemo it is. We're doing Zemo. This is, dude.
That's exciting, man. And he does have decent prestige, I've heard.
Also, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first? This is the first time we've seen a generic, right?
Yeah. A generic 4/5.
Yeah, unless if the banquet. I think the banquet might have had it, but yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't even shooting for those super high rewards, so I tried my best to not pay attention to them.
Smart.
Yeah, I try to take my own advice when I can, of like knowing that that could lead to fear of missing out or kind of just getting irritated or whatever. And I was like, I'm not playing the game the way that group is, and I'm going to try not to pay attention to it.
Some of them don't even play the game anymore after spending all that much. It blows my mind. Uh-oh, we got to buy some ISO selectors now.
Oh, can't believe you teed me up for another joke, and I didn't take it. I didn't take it.
Yeah.
I thought that's where you were going to. I was like, ooh, nicely done. Yeah, okay, so Buddy is just saying that 341, yeah.
That number is looking more and more accurate.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Thanks, Shibby. I appreciate it, bud. Asid, you said. What do you think the best mutant for, except for Kitty? I think I'm supposed to be like the standard YouTuber here and be like, I just happened to put out a video on that yesterday, that very topic, which I did. But I believe I settled on APOC and Omega Red. And the reasoning on those two is, this is where the video would be better because you'd have the full context. But I think that's a slightly different decision as far as who you're going to rank up to the rank 5 as a 6-star. It's different than like my general tier list. It's not just about who's the most powerful. APOC, I actually like his signature ability, but I understand people don't want to put their 6 stones into him. Omega Red, I think, is incredibly powerful, and you're wanting that Sig 200. I really doubt we're seeing Sig 200 7-stars anytime soon. Now, maybe there'll be some sales or like July and you get like 20 or 56 or something like that. But I think that's going to be a while. And I also think it's going to be a while before we see APOC and Omega Red in 7-star. Now, I'm obviously Kabam can do what they want. It's their game and how they try to make entertain us and make sure we're having fun. We'll see what they do there. But I feel comfortable saying those 3 champions, Kitty, APOC, and Omega Red, it's going to be a bit before we see them as 7-stars. And I think they also fit that power level that you're really wanting to. They're both obviously incredible. And you said, hopefully you're still there. Yeah, buddy. That's what I said. Like, I didn't want to be that guy that was just like, go watch my video. You're here. You're on the stream. I appreciate you being here. Oh, you did go with APOC. Congratulations, man. That's phenomenal. And we have on call right here with Campo. That's why I point at my ears. That's what I'm listening to him. Who had one of the first R4 APOCs in the whole game. So if someone as smart as Campo's doing it, it's probably a good idea.
He's good. I mean, I think he's the best mutant. I know I know Kitty Pryde can break the game in a lot of ways, but like when the Gauntlet came back, just remembering how versatile APOC was for content, it just reminded me like how solid of a choice that is. And then you see the stuff in Abyss that MSD is doing with APOC. Yeah, he may not be the fastest Battlegrounds champ, but for the entire game, for war, for content, he's just a beast.
The other thing too is I know in the beginning that was kind of the knock on him in regard to Battlegrounds, was he wasn't the fastest, but they increased the health pools and stuff like that. And again, I've made it to the Gladiator circuit every meta. I don't think I've ever placed higher than like the high 900s or something like that. But I have at times find myself banning someone's APOC because I don't want to fight them because it's going to take too long. Like they've done a really nice job with the metas, in my opinion. I've enjoyed literally all of them. Like I made this joke in I think it was a CCP the other day where I was like, I've noticed that I enjoy the meta a lot more when I'm winning. Like, of course we all do. Yeah. But we're all playing against it, so I think it's about like trying to figure out the meta and getting into there. And so I think APOC has uses in BGs for sure too. Campo, I think you even said it in your video at the towards the end of last year. Maybe it was like a 2022 review or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go up against a mutant, he gets 3 genetic code and double debuff, so like his damage is huge. So if you don't have a domino counter, for example, like he can nuke her down. And then also we saw like Conflictor meta, which he just turns off. He can just parry and never trigger Conflictor. So like even though he was a little slower, you could finish with 100% health. So he does definitely have uses. He's just not going to be like Hitmonkey or, like one of those champions that just gets them down in 30 seconds. But he has a role.
Campo, I know you're on the East Coast, my friend. If you can hang out for a while, that's great. I'm going to hang out, kind of answer some questions. I think I see Lagacy in the chat. Thank you so much, Lags. Appreciate it, bud. If you have to go, though, I had one question for you. Is Jessica Jones, we want her awakened in as high a sig as possible, right?
The thing about the sig that I like is like her combat power rate between 0 and 1 goes higher. So like you can get off more special ones, and that makes her more annoying as a defender, and it makes her better on attack. So I don't know a lot about these like crossfight abilities because I've never played her. But I mean, if you got awakening gems to burn, I mean, it's not like you're going to be duping her anytime soon. So I would go for it.
That was literally my thinking. Is I was like, the only reason why I have her is because they gave her out as like the icing on top of the cake for people who wailed today. I'm not going to be opening, like if let's say the gifting event at the end of this year, and they're like, you have a 1% chance. I'm going to set my number. Maybe I'll open like 50, maybe 100, and like that's it. I'm not going to be chasing her. So this felt like a great use of 6 stones and abilities. So thank you. True Potential. What's up, dude? First rank 5 gallon. Way to go. Congratulations on that. I did see your comment on the Discord server. I'm not always typing a lot, but I am reading. I saw that, man. I thought that was funny. Abdullah, Kate Bishop or Viv to R5 or Jessica Jones?
Wow. That's quite a list.
Yeah. And very difficult champions to get in this game as of the moment.
I mean, Viv has a very particular play style, and if the health pool is too big, it's pretty tricky to sustain her. But if you love Battlegrounds, I think Viv is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And Kate just seems like she's really fun, has a lot of utility, and has like a very, very high damage ceiling in long form content. As we saw MSD and Bitter Steel doing like crazy Abyss takedowns with her.
And so that's where I was gonna head is, I mean, I like Viv. First of all, both those champions have a mechanic that is unique to them or just a few sets of champions in the game. Viv with that like tapping on her SP2, Kate Bishop with the perfect release. So make sure you've played them a lot. I have a feeling you have if you're talking about the rank 5. and that you enjoy their play style. Kate seems amazing though. Viv seems great for like Battlegrounds, like that health pool.
Yeah. There's more that can go wrong with Viv because
Yeah.
like if you mess up Kate, it's just like, oh, my ramp's going to take a little longer. If you mess up with Viv, like you're probably going to get hit and just, you know, she doesn't have a lot of defensive stats because the way you're supposed to play her is to like not get hit at all.
I found that with most champions, if I don't get hit, it goes pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. That's mine and Campbell's sense of humor. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But there is something very unique to Viv in that sense. Or Jessica Jones. I don't have enough experience with Jessica Jones, as you can see, though. I'm very excited about having her. I do think she's very powerful. And so I'm going to take her to at least rank 3 right now if I can. I have to look at my all my resources, but she'll be going to at least rank 3 on stream here if we can do it while we just answer some questions and have some fun.
So somebody's asking about how do you get the currency. It looks like on my game, the daily objectives are there. So you want to go to objectives, find the daily ones, and there's stuff like win fights with Deadpool, win fights against Gwenpool, stuff like that. So like if you just play the game or if you do some duels, you should be able to get it. And then that contributes points to a solo event, which refreshes daily. So you have to be on top of like making sure you do your objectives every day and then maxing out that daily event. And that's how you get your freebies.
And for anyone who's been listening to the stream for a little bit, or you catch one of our videos where we're talking about 6-star 6 stones and why they're not as meaningful to us, as of right now, you literally just saw why. I just do my objectives in Battlegrounds. I advance the Gladiator circuit every season. And by doing that, like the 6-star 6 stones are just like, it was literally like, I was just like, oh, I'm going to go pick up a carton of milk. Right. Lord Gar, what's up, dude? Now that guy knows how to pick champions. Dreamin', what's up, bud? Hey, Dreamin', you're enjoying your shocker, right? In BGs. I know you pulled him, and I believe took him to rank 4. I was showing some of the fights because I was asking for it, and I'm going to be doing my BG's tier list. I don't know, might be Sunday or Monday. We'll see when it actually comes out. And I was going to have him as one of the best tech attackers. If you're still there, I'd love to hear your thought on it. But from the fights I saw that you shared, he looked pretty awesome. And taking out like a Rintra, if I recall, and to me that's a big deal, right? If you can use him for his like ideal fights and then still take out like a Rintra, a Doom, one of these very tough attackers, I think that's a big deal. It's gonna make it easier to put him into your decks. Stalker is okay, yeah, nothing special, but decent against Doom and Rintra. That's funny. That's the difference between me and Dreaming. Like literally, that could not have gone better to show the difference between us. I'm excited by it. Dreaming's like, he's all right. He's all right.
He's all right. He's just taking out mystics and,
Yeah. I mean, just Doom and Rintras, nothing special.
Yeah, easy.
Abdullah, I love Jessica Jones the most, playing her. Okay, right there. If that sentence, like sometimes when we're typing or social media, internet, we over exaggerate to prove points or have some fun. If you love her the most, rule number 1, man, on that video was rank up the champion you enjoy. Like, there you go. I'd take her up. If that's your favorite, do it. Easy. Now, if you had come here and you're like, my favorite one is Sentry, I'd be like, do you need him at rank 5? But yeah. Jessica's well within the realm of reasonable. Like someone on that video, I enjoyed reading it, said they took up Silver Centurion to rank 5. I was like, that's cool. That's cool.
That is cool.
That is really cool and well within the realm of reasonable, in my opinion.
Absolutely. There was a guy in VACC who loved Silver Centurion and used him a lot. Yeah. I mean, he's really good. Back in the day, Strands used to take fights with him in Tier 1 War all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. OG Highlight, what's going on? Buzz 2, what's going on? Yeah, we're having some fun breaking up this Jessica.
I gotta say, I was not expecting her. Like, I felt like maybe twice a year they would do the like buy all the deals and get the champion thing in spring. That seems like this is going to be the new standard, but they don't have any more champs to give out. So are they going to have to design new ones now? Like of these special ones? Or are they just going to keep giving out Jessica?
They got DLL, man. They got to keep him busy. You got with a brain like that, you got to keep it busy, man. You know, you got to keep it busy.
Yeah.
What event was it that Wolverine was in?
I think Cyber last year.
Oh, geez. So yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, because gifting didn't have. Yeah, it must have been Cyber because gifting didn't have a like buy all these things with a limit. Gifting is just like keep going. So yeah, Cyber was like buy the 785 or whatever it was. Yeah.
Mr. Belding, I see your question, so I have to ask: does that mean you ranked up Herc? Hulkling or Spot?
Spot is so much fun, but Hulkling's a better champ overall. Yeah.
Literally what Campo just said.
Yeah. Spot is like one of my favorites, but it's really hard to finish a fight with 100% health with Spot, even if you're playing him perfectly.
Yeah. The one thing I was going to say is like, I was about to say like, well, if you love Battlegrounds and that's like your by far most favorite mode, but then Campo, you immediately kind of reminded me that Hulkling is probably just as valuable in Battlegrounds. Like great offensively, great defensively. People kind of need counters. They're often going to take some damage no matter what, even if they have a good one.
Yeah, they both have a similar two-way feel to them, even though they're so different. But yeah,
absolutely.
Like fighting Spot can get out of hand really fast too.
Yes. Hulkling. All right. I have literally no regrets, Mr. B, on Hulkling, and I would not have expected this, but doing these videos kind of helps me process a lot of these thoughts. I have found myself in absolutely no hurry to get Cosmic now, too. Like, it very much, like, satiated that desire to take up Cosmic Champions. Campo loves his Null. Again, I listened to his video today on it, and I everything he said made a ton of sense. And Null would be in the rank, in the consideration for me if I got, like, a Cosmic Gem. Like, if today had been gems and not a generic.
Yeah, when you were talking about like Karate Mike and following in his footsteps sometimes, like because you got your Hulkling like a day before I pulled the Cosmic Gem too, so like don't take this the wrong way, but like part of me was also like, oh man, I don't know if we should have like two Hulklings in my friend group, you know. So like but in doing that, because like Hulkling's one of my favorite champs too, but in doing that, like I really looked at Null in a way I hadn't before, because he was only rank 3 and I took him from 3 to 5, and because I hadn't really been using him, it was almost like pulling a new champion and all of a sudden having it at like the highest power level and really getting to explore them. So for me, that was like super fun. So I just started doing a couple arena fights in the background, and I'm like fulfilling these objectives very easily. So I don't think it's going to be that hard for people to do these dailies.
Oh, I love that. I love that they're like fully designed for free to play, because literally everyone can do them. But I think there's a like, let's try to make sure this is free to play friendly. And so I like that the objectives are doable in a thing that a free to play is probably doing already anyway, right? Like if they were like, you can earn them in map 8 AQ, like what? That's not cool.
They also, it looks like they've added an ISO selector. You get 10 bricks of ISO for every objective that you fulfill, which I know in the past when we've had these big deals, the people that do spend a lot end up running very low on ISO. So that's an interesting thing that they added. So it's like, all right, if you do all this stuff, we will also give you a little bit of ISO so that doesn't happen again, hopefully. So they do listen occasionally.
Fausti, what's up, bud? Do we have to buy all the DLC to get Jessica Gun? Yes. It was covered early on the stream. Someone, before we had fully started, the stream was live, but the deals hadn't come out yet, was like, are we really getting Jessica Jones? And I was like, no, don't be ridiculous. And, because I didn't want to set expectations too high. And then I think it was either Campo or DLL was like, Vega, it's on the forums.
Yeah.
And so what I'll say to this is it such a money grab? You bet your ass it is. Yes, absolutely, 100%, no doubt. That is a thank you on the way out for spending so much money in my establishment. Here's a card so you can skip the line next time you want to come to my bar. That's literally exactly what it is. And yeah, I think there's no more to it than that. Yes, I agree. James,
at least it's a guaranteed value is one way to look at it, because before the exclusive champions were somebody could buy 10 gifting crystals and get Jessica Jones, or someone could buy 3,000. So it wasn't, I don't know. It's fine with me.
Yeah. To me, it fits really well into we all like it when things we said turn out to be true. Right. But it's what I and so many of the people, that I hang out with and shout out, have been saying for a very long time is the whaling gets you a temporary advantage or the opportunity to do something sooner or more quickly than it otherwise would have happened. People who whaled out or got very lucky in gifting got her. Now people who, but I have a feeling they did a bit more than the 785, I think someone said it was, that was done today. And now she's available for 785. And we said it earlier, because I realize some people may just be tuning in or what have you, is rule number 1 on the day is do not spend literally a penny if that was not already your plan, if it doesn't fit your budget, or maybe you just don't want to. Maybe you've got all the money in the world and you're like, I just don't want to spend on the game. Don't. It won't make you happy. Just play the game play the game the way it's making you happy, and you'll end up happy.
Yeah, and I've gone through phases too. Last year, I really was the least I've spent on the game. And it was just a personal decision. I was just I want to try this without spending, and it's almost like an experiment to see if I could still find some things I liked. And I did, and now I'm back in tier 1. I didn't fall that far behind. I have fewer rank 4s than some people in my alliance, but I'm still competing in SSX and we're going for top 10 masters, so it really is an illusion of you have to do this in order to keep up. It will definitely accelerate your progress, but you shouldn't ever feel like you have to. And your opinion can change on it as you go.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, playing this game for so long, my opinion on these things has evolved so much. Obviously now we're all at kind of just the hangout part of the stream. Is I genuinely feel I have no way to prove it. There's no way I could prove it without I would need I'd need some leaked documents. That's not an invitation for someone to go out there and break into Caban's computers. Please do not do that. But I feel I don't know, maybe in the last 2-3 years, somewhere in there, that time, what's difficult for me is that's also when I started YouTube, and I just made a concerted effort to get better at the game. Because I was enjoying YouTube, I was hanging out with you all, and I was I'm getting these questions a lot. I want to actually be able to answer them and know what I'm talking about. And the only way to do that is to actually get better at the game. So that may have factored in. I want to make that clear. But I really feel 2 to 3 years ago, maybe less time, I don't know. There feels there was a shift in how Caban decided they were going to, in general, make money on the game. I know that some people don't like it, and that's totally fine. We all like different things, but there was more sales like this, And where the hell am I going with this? I'm kind of stuck at a couple different places. Anyways, shifting our thoughts on these things, there was a point in time where I felt like I had to do deals like this to like kind of keep up or to keep pace or to play it a certain way. And I don't think that's the case anymore. I really don't. I feel like these are ways to kind of enjoy, to accentuate your account, to accelerate it. But I mean, I guess it's all like a slip, or it's sliding scales, you know. It's sliding scales. Like when I was listening to Campo, I agree with literally everything he said. I also think, and you guys have heard me say this before, it's not because he was on call. I think Campo is one of the best players in the world. I watch his war videos. I watch stuff he does. And he'll be like, in a war video, he's like doing stuff on the wall against a very tough defender with an incredibly tough war node. And he's like, yeah, right now we're not having a good time. And like, it just goes on for like 20 seconds. And he's like, and now we're having a better time. And I'm like, how did you do that? Like, how did you do that? So I do think there's also like, if you think of it like an equation, there's an amount of like skill you have that can allow you to play at tier 1 or what have you, and bypass some spending too. So I don't know. I'll try to organize those thoughts a little bit better and put it out in a video at some point.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I know. I remember is you were doing like, I literally remember what I'm talking about is I think you were fighting like a man thing on it's section 1, the left side of the map. This is going back multiple seasons, and you were using a nebula. That right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that was a meta placement when unstoppable armor was happening and stuff. Yeah. And I just remember you just like so calm about it, and I had friends who were dying to it in 4 Loki and like in war videos, and you're just like, we're not having a good time. I was like, not having a good time. I'd be sweating bullets. Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I make mistakes too, obviously, but. You learn a lot. When I first got to SSX, I was really grateful that like DLL is such a good planner that he kind of gave me lighter loads, you know, because if you don't have the experience of that pressure of taking the fights, it's something you need to learn to deal with, you know, because like you could be an amazing player, but then like you can crack under the pressure if it gets to you too much.
Yeah.
So I just remember I really eased into it, like using really comfortable champs, and even this season, since I took almost a year off, you know, I could tell, I don't know if he was doing it intentionally, but I started off kind of taking some easier fights, like getting my feet wet again, and then, you know, over time you build your confidence again, and you take on a little bit more. But yeah, again, not really sure what point I'm trying to make, but like a lot of it comes down to just being chill about it and just doing everything you can to not die. That's basically what AW is.
Don't die. That's from an old Seinfeld comedy routine. In fact, I don't know how many people are going to get that one. And you know what's funny is like you helped me kind of crystallize what I was trying to say earlier about the spending, why I do feel like it's different than it was. Is I feel like now it's almost like if there's like an ethos or a spirit to how they were trying to encourage people to spend on the game. To me, it feels like, you know, 7 years ago, it was like, let's make them feel like they have to. And I feel like somewhere in the last 3 years, it has shifted to let's make them feel like it's fun to do it. Like they're really enjoying this thing. And like, hey, look, you could upgrade your experience. Like if you think about it, like going to like a hotel, if you went to a resort and you got there and they were like, you want to use the pool? That's going to be $100 a day. And you're like, what? You showed me the pool on the website. What do you mean? Versus you get to the hotel and they're like, hey, do you want to take a helicopter tour of the volcano? Like, yeah, I kind of do. And they're like, okay, that's going to be a bit extra. And you're like, okay, I have the money for that. Fair. I'll do that. Yeah, that's fair. You didn't say like, oh, you wanted towels in your bathroom? You're going to have to pay for that. Like I just came up with that analogy. I appreciate the laugh that it works. So
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I also think the game is just like so much more complicated now too. Like there's more things that you can want, and there's almost no way to do every possible thing and have every possible thing.
Yeah.
Because like you can have like I look at someone like Dragon, for example, like she has like a stacked account, man. Like she is an amazing looking account, and like she plays this game so well in like the modes that she does, but she doesn't do war.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like there's other people like Rob Hop who only do war and AQ, but like he's been doing tier 1 since season 1, and like his account also looks great because the rewards you get from war are really good, even though he doesn't do arena grinding and stuff like that. So it's just like there's multiple paths to get where you want to be, and it's kind of comes down to what you always say, which is like you have to find your fun, whatever that is. If never doing anything except for Alliance War and hanging out with your friends is what you want to do, then do that. If like min-maxing the game and trying to like squeeze everything you can out of the free-to-play stuff, and then like strategizing your rank ups is the thing that makes you happy, then do that. You know, there's just so many avenues.
You know, dude, that's also a great point. Like, it's obviously multifaceted, but I think you're right too. The game's bigger, allowing for more avenues of enjoyment. That's a great point. Dreamin', I got better at the game. Well, dude, you got to remember. So it's like, you know, the really, really smart kids got bad grades in kindergarten. You're like, what? Well, that's because they were setting the bar low, you know? And then when they got C's in first grade, their parents were like, nice job, Johnny. You're really working hard, right? So that's why I came in strong with the early deaths in war, because now you guys are like, Vega only died 5 times this season. Let's get him a cookie.
Man, these analogies are on point today, dude. I love it.
Thanks. I'm drinking out of my Mr. Belding, you know, the Belding's koozie here, and it's keeping me going. PWF, you know, I always give out cookies, my friend. You didn't get. You should. That's because you set the bar too high with all your like deathless seasons, streaks of 200s and stuff. People are like, yeah, if you don't do 300 in a row, we're not impressed. That's why. Follow me, man. I'll show you the easy life. We're off the rails and it's fun. Campo's with a few people I watch to get better at it. Yeah. I mean what I say when I'm like, these are the channels I watch to get better at the game while I'm getting entertained. That's the truth. Chris Hong, give me easier fights. Campo, also Campo, first war I have scared. So, Chris, I was listening to that whole thing from him, and I'm glad someone said it, because that's what I was thinking. Is I was like, I actually remember making a joke about how they did not start him off nice and easy.
I guess I had PTSD or something because I forgot about that fight.
You literally had one of the hardest fights on the map, and I think your first war back.
Well, there it is. There it is, folks.
Yeah. Which, again, is a sign that's how good Campo is at this game.
I appreciate it, man.
Right guy, what's up, bud? Oh, PDF, I'm sorry, man. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll try to do a meetup soon, and I'll bring a lot of cookies. How many baubles? I think we confirmed is around 370 or something like that.
341.
Yeah.
And then it's somewhere south of 600 something if you do the $10 platinum pass.
Yeah. Where's the solo event? It's still just slowly trickling out for some folks. Campo, you said you got it recently, right?
Yeah, you have to look in 2 places in your objectives, and then the objectives contribute points to a solo event, which is 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jake, if you're out there, please don't ban my... Oh, no. Ban my Jessica. Dude, win the match, Jake. What am I doing? That's not fair. I should not be asking for favors. I can't even think of what the meta is right now, though, so that could be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, is Zemo there? Oh, no, wait, that's his deck. Sorry. I was like, where's Zemo?
There's no chance.
If Zemo doesn't get banned, this guy... Yeah.
Jake's like, what? Zay! Zemo's here. Zemo.
Oh. Interesting. Iceman. Or no, wait, no. He banned your Archangel and Weapon X. Okay.
I don't know. I'm all hopped up on actually green juice. Do you drink green juice?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
My wife loves it, and she's got me on it now.
Yeah, I agree with PWF. I've done like 3 Battlegrounds matches total. It's just there's so much going on.
There is a lot going on. I think for certain this season, I'm just going to try to get my objectives done, and just move on. Like there's just, what else are you going to do?
Totally. Yeah, I figure like in week 3 and 4 I might start pushing again, but like there's a lot to do right now.
I'm very motivated to do 8.2 as well, to get to see like what tier 6 I'm going to get.
Yeah, it's fun. I really like this kind of content. It feels like a sandbox where you can just use a bunch of your random champs. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. I think that Toad might have a good time with Zemo, but that's fine. I'm going to take... No, that's a bad idea. That iDoom there concerns me. I'm terrible at fighting him. I'm absolutely terrible at fighting him.
I forgot where it was. Oh yeah, actually when I was in VACC, someone placed him as the boss, and I actually like dueled for it and kind of learned how to fight him. But before that, I didn't really know what I was doing. So the meta is it's brute, or no, not, is it brute force? It's the one where you get degen if you idle too long. And then it's also the unstoppable happens every 12 seconds or so, or 15 seconds. If you're like right next to them, the unstoppable goes on them, and if you're far away, the unstoppable goes on you. It's that node.
That's always the worst sign when you place your defender and it's like the other person has... It's like your defender's not even fully locked in and they've already picked who they're going to attack with.
Yeah.
You're like, I've made a bad decision. Speaking of bad decisions, this feels like a bad one too.
Actually, I gotta take a phone call real quick, so I will be right back.
I think I should have restarted my phone. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, Zemo! Rank 5 Zemo already doing work. Zach Richards getting... Yeah, I know. See, I spent so much of today just buying deals. I forgot the idea is to not get hit. Do not get hit. Okay. All right. Now that I got that in mind, everything's different. Everything's changed. Everything's different now, fellas. Oh, all right. Let's try to end this. We're going to try to end this. That spot, that spot's going to work out well. This meta, I haven't gotten to test it, but I think this meta is going to work out well for Spot because he can stack up those ruptures quite nicely. Let's see if Cersei plays nice. If my inputs, nope. I think that's me, though. I actually think that one was me. I don't want to blame Kabam for that one. think that should have gone a lot faster. You can tell I haven't practiced that matchup. Oh, came up with a win. Doom will do that to you. That's what Campo was talking about earlier. Who should I grab between CGR Fury, Kitty, Doom? Oh, wow. Probably Doom. Yeah, I think I agree with Zach. I agree with literally Zach's 2 answers. Doom, I think, all are great. You can't go wrong. Nerd, someone should have told me that before I was doing 8.2. Told you what? What did I say? What did we do? Who said what? Hey, don't think me too much. Knowledge is power. My moron counter is in the thousands for 8.2 already. Oh, the don't get hit? Yeah. Yeah, the strategies for most fights is to hit them more than they hit you. So it looks like I do have the objectives now.
Excellent. I'm back, by the way.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Yeah.
All right, I think I can do a couple more Battlegrounds. We're having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this a lot.
I was making a joke the other day about, you know how like people say they're going to do itemless runs and stuff? I was like, I'll tell you this, man. If I take one blocked hit, that's not a parry. I'm restarting the quest. Like, forget itemless. I'm going for no damage.
None? Just 0?
Yeah, damageless. Yeah.
You're ghosting everything?
Yeah, exactly.
Ghosting Kitty?
Mm-hmm.
I like it, man. That's the way to prove your worth as a human.
Should do that. I'll do a series. It'll take me like 3 years to get through 8.2, but
it'll be totally worth it. It'll be worth it. The toxic. What's toxic about Captain America with the thumbs up?
He's like the only not toxic.
Yeah,
one.
I don't. What? Yeah, I had to have it pointed out to me that the Black Widow one is actually her being like, good game. For some reason I didn't see like the fists and all that. So I'll use that one sometimes too. But are those toxic? Is this like a forums thing? I bet it is. I bet people on the forums are like, Deadpool, good game. Captain America, you're an idiot. All right.
Yeah. People just assume the worst of other people, I guess. But
yeah.
I will say when I get someone spamming the laughing Loki at me, though, I'm pretty sure the intent is clear on that one. And that has happened before.
Yes, I've had that too, for sure. One thing that has been interesting of late is I've seen it when people have like a bad fight. Like if my defender destroys them, and I'm assuming they're kind of laughing at themselves, being like oops,
Yeah.
that didn't go well. So here's that's my assumption. Yeah, like exactly what Dot's saying. Exactly what Dot's saying. Oh no,
Yeah.
Zemo and Jessica. New my 81. You're no fun.
And Weapon X. It's just like, all right.
Yeah.
We get it. You have shiny things.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Bobble. Actually, well played, Numai. Well played. Or is it Numi, you think? Numi 81?
I think Numi.
Yeah.
81. I wonder if that's his birth year.
Maybe. You think anyone that old plays this game, though?
I definitely don't know anyone that old.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That's really old. Like, do their thumbs still work at that age?
I don't even know.
Yeah, probably not. That's over 40. Dreamin', you should teach math. You should teach math. If you could do that sort of math that fast, you should be a math teacher. Dude, I'm having so much fun playing this game right now.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
It really is. It's very bizarre that I'm still playing it, but it makes sense.
That's exactly how I feel. I cannot believe I've played this game this long. And what's funny is I know that sounded like a little commercial kabam. I more just meant like hanging out with Campo and you all, and like,
Yeah.
it's just so much fun. You kids, youth is wasted on the young. You got that right, Slagator. You got that right, my friend. We're gonna take Domino. It feels weird leaving Hulkling that's the second time I've passed up Hulkling. And that feels odd to do. I made a decision early. I'm gonna place Domino and see if I can get the Archangel to be used now.
Maybe, yeah, but he did get Nimrod as well.
Thank you for that reminder.
That's the one problem with Domino.
Yeah, there's that like trump card, right? Of like now I'm all flustered because Scorpion was my Doom counter.
Long shot might work.
Let's throw this round. Hopefully win the next two. I can't think fast enough. OG Highland, when's the next V? Tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. We got 2 matchups this weekend. They're gonna be awesome. Tomorrow's I think is 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Sundays is 9. Yeah. So 9 o'clock my time, and then 8 o'clock a.m. on Saturday. It's TJ versus Finland. So the Europeans are going. That's why it's a little early. Our time. Yeah, I'm really. That's going to be a heck of a matchup, dude. TJ and FinTech. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Totally. Yeah, TJ is one of the like most Battlegrounds focused people I know. Just got a lot of experience and knowledge there.
Stupid Doom, man.
He's a tanky lad.
Like even Domino.
It'd be nice if like one bleed actually worked, but you know.
Yeah.
That's really the only way to do damage against him. I actually used Domino in 8.2 a little bit this morning. It was pretty fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Synergy team or just like straight up Domino?
Just straight up, actually. Yeah. I forget the lane, but it was one where you just had to like stay on the opponent and be really aggressive and just like kill them by doing that basically. And she did great. Like just a barrage of damage. Fern is asking if we got his question earlier, which I don't think we did.
Yeah, let's get to it then. Sorry, Fern.
He was just asking to put 10 champs in a hat, including some wild ones.
Yeah.
That's not in order. That's what he did. He put 10 champs in a hat, including some wild ones, and my first rank 5 is Jugs. That is cool, dude.
Now, you know, I saw it and I updated the board and sorry we got sidetracked. That is an awesome rank 5. I love seeing that. Congratulations. That's amazing. Like, way to have fun. Are you using them in Battlegrounds already, or what are you doing? Let me know. Oh man, I totally messed myself up. I'm gonna get destroyed. Destroyed.
I seriously ban Quicksilver so much because I just hate fighting him.
Yeah. Sure. Numi came in with a plan and just dismantled me. Oh, thank you, Sagator. Fear and loathing. That makes so much more sense.
Caesar, I did not know that TJ was with us back then. That's crazy small world stuff. That was a lifetime ago. The alliance where I met Caesar. There's nothing like an unstoppable Quicksilver to ruin your day.
Seriously, right? I shouldn't have done that. You know what? I think I actually had a shot at this until about 10 seconds ago.
Like if you went for a special 2
Yeah.
again? Yeah. It's tough. I've done that same thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just throw a special one. Yeah.
I actually had a shot at that. I was doing really well.
Yeah, that actually went.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna. Well, let's see. Maybe Rentra pulled something out of his butt. Let's update that. Sorry, that's very nice of Fear and Loathing to not say like, "Hey, my name is not Fear." Yeah. All right. Well played, Denumai. I gotta go. I see what time it is. As much fun as I'm having, it's time to head out. Campo, thank you so much for hanging out, dude. This was
man. This is a really fun way to spend a Friday.
Yeah, it was.
Congrats on the rank ups too, man. That is fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. So we got to get you back in SSX, and then hopefully they let you attack with that new rank 5 instead of putting them on defense.
Oh, Nerd's already like, where am I going to place?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Everyone, make sure to check out DLL's On Call. His channel's linked in the description. Campo has been here the whole time. You heard how great a player is, how great his videos are, and how smart he is about this game. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Campo, you mind? And huge thank you to Fear and Loathing. Sorry for the mispronouncing of the name. For all the super chats, and congratulations on that awesome rank 5. All right, Campo, you take us out?
Yeah, no, congrats, man. Good day for the game for sure, and thanks for hanging out. Had a great time.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.